Hi, everyone.
Another month!
Oh, fuck.
And another Push Our Buttons podcast. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Push Our Buttons podcast with everyone's here. Whether they're sick or not.
Yeah,
or dead.
I'm a sick boy right now, gang, but I managed to make it in time.
I'm also a sick boy right now.
I can't believe he's here.
I can't believe that I'm here either. I can't believe it's not butter.
I
can't believe I'm alive.
Exotic butters.
I can't believe it's not butter. It's margarine. I found that out recently.
All right.
What did you think it was? Because it's certainly
not
not
butter.
butter.
I can't believe it's not butter.
It's not butter dog.
He just couldn't believe it. He couldn't believe it. He thought it was butter this whole time.
Oh, with butter on it. Today we have a kind of stacked docket of things we want to talk about. But the main thing that we always start with is what have we all been playing? We all know what we've been playing.
I've been playing a few things, so I'll go first. Rare for me to actually go first. But one of the major things I've been playing is, of course, Marvel fucking Rivals.
Yeah,
I was
baby.
gonna say, do we want to wait for that part for the Marvel Rivals section, or do
we can all
have
just,
an entire section,
at this point,
so
we can all just
we
say
just mention it.
if we've been playing it or not. I'm not going to go into details. I'm just going to say it's fun. But also, what else I've been playing is Path of Exile 2, which is, if you don't know, is an ARPG that's created by Gearbox.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to say this right now. In the chat, I told you, it's weird how there have been two times that a game has come out by a different company that has dwarfed Blizzard's games. Path of Exile 2 is the second one. Honestly, it's a lot of fun. I've been enjoying it. The classes are very interesting and very diverse. Shit is fucked when you're when you're creating your character, you're about to be executed, and then you see all the other characters literally on a line with you, about to be executed. Then you choose your character, make the name, and then they pull the lever, and then you're hung. Except yours doesn't hang you. You somehow escape, and that's how the game starts. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's on PC, and I think it's also on PlayStation. So if you ever wanted to try it out, it's in early access, but it has a lot of stuff to do even for early access. What else have I been playing? Mario & Luigi Brothership.
Hell yeah.
Brother.
That game is also... I'm glad that game fucking came back.
God, I gotta get around to that game. It's still in the shrink wrap.
It's so good.
I am so
I have
glad
to get back to writing my review
that
of
they
it.
decided to bring the Mario & Luigi series back, because if I saw another Paper Mario RPG that we have, like the Origami King, I will explode.
Oh, did you see they
disgusting.
came out and revealed why they switched composers?
Why did they switch composers?
Because it was a new studio and they wanted a fresh start with all new people.
Okay, fair.
And I'm like, I understand that, but at the same time, I don't think anyone would have complained if you brought Yoko back.
I mean, I think it's more of they don't... I can understand it. Again, the music is hit or miss. Yeah. Unfortunately.
Apparently, the music that we hear in the game is the second draft of a lot of songs, because in that same interview where they revealed why they switched composers, they mentioned that Miyamoto came by and was listening to some of the songs that they had initially that they were writing, and he was not impressed.
Miyamoto, did
and
you...
was doesn't feel Mario-y.
Miyamoto,
did you... Oh, fuck, we gotta watch it.
Fuck it up?
Well, no, he made it so that the music we had was better. Because the first draft of music that Sakamoto wrote, he was not impressed with.
Okay,
listen,
fine.
Miyamoto has fucked up a lot of things, but not
he sure
that.
has.
Miyamoto's the whole reason that Croc exists.
Oh my god, you're right.
What else have I been playing? I think that's about it. I mean, if you want to add Zenless Zone Zero, you can add that into there. I've also been playing Marvel's Midnight Suns.
That's the RPG, right?
I genuinely forgot that game
Or it's
existed.
I
It's a
also
tactical
forgot
RPG.
that game existed.
I heard
Exactly,
it's
yeah.
not awful.
No, it's not
It's
bad.
actually
it seems
pretty
fine.
decent.
Yeah.
I think the Ghost Rider design is horrible, but other than that, the game itself is fine.
Oh, but that's the best Ghost
So you
Rider.
know-
It's Robbie Reyes.
Nah.
So you know how it's the classic tale of like, oh, I have this game but I haven't played it and it's still in the shrink wrap.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not only have I not played Marvel Midnight Suns, even though I own it, I also got the game for free,
Oh, sick.
and I still haven't played it.
It's one of those games. It's like you think because of how Marvel games have been, you're kind of wary to try it.
Yeah.
But I tried it. It's not that bad.
Yeah, I heard it's fine.
It is a card system, unfortunately. But it's not like freaking Kingdom Hearts.
Okay.
Yeah, thank Christ.
As long as it's
It's-
not Chain of Memories.
No,
I think you guys just suck at card games. That's coming from the card game player.
it's more of like each character has a deck that you edit and add skills to it and blah blah blah. Each character is good at specific things. Like you have Magic, who's good at CCing enemies. You have your character that's kind of like an all-arounder. Stark is good at not Stark. Freaking Doctor Strange is good at support. It's a lot of different things. But I think it's fun. One of the games that I feel like passed through everybody's thought process is just like, this existed?
Legitimately.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about it.
I'll go. I have also been playing Marvel Rivals.
Whoa.
It's very fun. We'll get to that later. I've also been just replaying Shadow Generations any chance I get, just to sit down and play through those levels again. It's great. And I haven't really, honestly, have not been playing that much else. I've been practicing Mario 3 speedrunning.
Oh, hey-oh.
And that's been
Trying to get new shit
It's
for
been-
dog water.
Yeah, it's going. Like I can do it, but like not consistently, you know? Because I'm doing wrong warp. And wrong warp is very difficult to pull off consistently. So I've been practicing exclusively that level and just trying to get wrong warp. And I've gotten it like twice, but it's not easy, to say the least. And that's kind of it. I haven't really been playing too much else, because I spent like half of this month seeing Sonic 3 like 4 fucking times.
I want to see it again.
I'm going
I'm just
for
waiting
my
for
fifth
it.
time tomorrow.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm sick, Peter. I'm sorry.
But yeah, that's pretty much the extent of what I've been playing. So, yeah.
All right.
All right, I'll go next. Fuck you, Peter. Fuck you, Peter. I'm going now. Shut up. All right. So I've been playing a couple of things because now that I don't have anything to edit because my computer is broken,
Classic.
I've had a lot of time to just play things and watch things. But I'm not going to talk about how I've watched probably about 40 episodes of One Piece just this week.
Hell yeah.
But I've been playing a lot of Sonic Advance 2.
And
Man. Fuck, it's a good game,
Don't
but
say it.
fuck, I hate it. Listen, the level design towards the end of the game, like starting with the air temple stage,
oh yeah, a lot of
It
pitfalls,
gets
a lot of
so
bullshit.
Sky
rough.
Canyon, yeah,
it gets so rough.
yeah.
Like, there are so many bottomless fucking pits.
Yep.
Hey, Baldus, you
And,
should
like-
check out Sonic Advance SP. It's a ROM hack that basically reworks the level design
Cool.
and a bunch of other.
I've
things,
also-
too. I think they amplified the amount of they amplified the amount of star rings that are in the level, so you have a better chance of getting to the special stage.
Good. I was about to get into that. I've been trying. Right now, I'm trying to get the Chaos Emeralds in that game, and it is a nightmare.
Yeah.
It's bad.
You have to get 7 fucking special rings, which there's only 7, in the stage, without dying. And then you have to do a fucking bullshit controlling special stage with that 0 for some reason is in.
Yeah.
God, what a
Very
fucking...
weird that they brought back 0 for that.
It's
Like, of all the
and
Eggman
it sucks.
robots.
It sucks.
Yeah, no, it's bad. It's one of the worst special stages.
I mean, it's cool
It
to have a sprite
literally
of
is.
0.
Unfortunately,
It is
when it comes
cool.
to Advance, all of their special stages are bad.
Yeah.
I haven't got to Advance 3 yet.
It's not
Dude,
good.
I don't,
And
obviously
also
I'm-
getting
dude, I don't even think I've seen a special stage from Advance 3 because of the method you have to get there.
Bottles. I have a
Yeah,
question for
yeah.
you. Do you like
Okay.
Chow?
No.
You're gonna be searching for those motherfuckers while in Advance 3 in order to get to the special stage.
I like the chow.
Oh, I mean, searching for Chow is not really
I like
that
no
effective
like
as
no
that.
okay here. Okay, listen. I like the Chow as characters. I hate the Chow as a gameplay mechanic.
Well, you guys heard it here first. Bottles hates
Oh.
the Chow Garden. Everyone get mad at him for that. Everyone.
That
You
reminds
did
me.
not hear that here first. I've said it so many times.
Oh, he's just doubling
Yeah,
down
I
now.
have to.
Everyone, just get on it.
That reminds me. There is
fast
something
forward,
else I've been
fast
playing.
forward to my
I've-
apology video being like, I made a mistake.
You're
I
playing,
messed up.
You're playing like the Chow Garden.
There
theme
is
on the
something else.
ukulele.
I've also been replaying Sonic Adventure 2.
But
Because
yeah.
Sonic 3 made me
Also,
wanna
the
replay
other
Sonic
thing,
Adventure 2.
the other thing that I fucking hate about Sonic Advance 2, and I told you a bit about this, Steve. God fucking damn it. I hate every single boss in that game.
Ah, yes, the
I hate,
auto-run bosses.
I hate how, yeah, every single boss is an auto-run boss except the final boss. And guess which boss I liked the most? The one that wasn't an auto-run.
Yeah.
I never really minded the auto run bosses too much.
Well,
My
here's
problem
thing,
with it
right?
is that
That annoying.
it's so hard to maintain Sonic. Like, it's hard to control him when he's like that
Yes.
because it's like so weird, like the momentum.
Dude, the
I'd be
one
more
in
upset
fucking
if I
the one in fucking Ice Paradise can
I
actually
knew you were
Yeah.
gonna say that.
that
was
is
probably
the worst boss in the game.
was
That
probably
is the one
worst
that everyone hates unanimously.
But arguably speaking,
And it's really
I
funny
think,
because if I ever replay Sonic Advance 2, I almost always play the game as Cream because I can just cheese the bosses. Literally, cheese.
that's what my sister would do.
That's why, oh my god, that's why he's called Cheese. Because he cheeses the bosses.
I thought you said I always play as Krieg. I'm like, yo, me too. In Borderlands, every one in Borderlands 2, I'm playing Krieg.
Yo!
Sorry.
All my homies play Krieg!
He's literally the best Vault Hunter they've ever made. Like,
It's true.
sorry.
I've also been dabbling in Marvel Rivals. I've played like a couple times with the boys. I like playing as Iron Man. He's fun.
Jarvis,
But,
clean up that
I
mess
definitely
in my
have.
pants.
I definitely haven't delved into it as much as some of you guys have. And then also, I've been very much playing multi-worlds by myself just because I think it's like a fun concept.
You have it?
And yeah, fuck you, Phil.
All right.
Damn.
No, and if you don't know what a multi-world is, essentially like there's this program called Archipelago that has like a bunch of supported games. Like there's stuff like Kingdom Hearts and Sonic Adventure and like Hollow Knight and Dark Souls and like Undertale. Like there's so many at this point. There's so many like supported games. There's like a whole fucking list of them, and essentially you can pick multiple games. And what the program will do is it will make a server where it will take the items of those games and swap them in between each other. So, like, I'll play, like, Sonic Adventure 2 and get, like, an emblem. But it's not an emblem. It's actually maybe a Power Star in Super Mario 64. And, you know, you just kind of switch in between the games trying to beat each one with this randomized item set now. and I've been having a lot of fun with that. The current multi-world that I've been doing a 6-game multi-world where I've been playing Kirby's Dream Land 3, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, Undertale, Super Mario 64, Mega Man 2, and Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championship 2006. And
Guess
it
what
is
his
a
least favorite
time.
item to receive is?
Anything that has to do with Yu-Gi-Oh! Or a Power Star in Mario 64, because there's so many. Because after a while, Power Stars mean absolutely nothing, because one of the other items that are randomized in Mario 64 is the keys to get to the other parts of the castle, and you will get way more Power Stars than you will keys.
I mean, to be fair, there's only
interesting.
like 4 keys in the fucking game.
2.
2?
Yeah, there's the key to go to the basement and the key to go to the upstairs.
Isn't there? Oh, I'm thinking of this the other doors, the Power Star doors.
Yeah, so there's only 2, and it's very infuriating because like I'll have like 90 Power Stars and I'm like, I don't need them anymore. I have enough to beat the game. I just need you to give me the key so I can get there.
Yep.
And then, also 90% of my drops are just like stuff for Yu-Gi-Oh! And it's like, cool, I can get more cards. I don't want to do that right now. Give me something else. But no, it's a very fun and interesting prospect. And a little bit of a spoiler alert for future video ideas. One of the video ideas I had was to do a multi-world and record it and make like a highlights / narrative video where I take literally every game that multi-world supports and make a multi-world out of that.
Oh my god.
But that's that's legitimately like over 20
That's
games.
that's
so that's
yeah, I was
that's
gonna
gonna
say
be
that's like
insane.
25 fucking games.
There's some. That's the thing, Bottles, is that can be really kind of like grueling because there's games like Factorio is
Dark
in
Souls?
there, Dark Souls, Raft, Minecraft.
Yep. It's
Like there's a lot of games in there. Like I think the one that I think would really probably mess you up is stuff like Factorio or Raft, where it's like
1000%.
it's just like a very long waiting game for the most
rumor
part.
come
Also,
out, does Bottles
especially
is
since
masochist?
Bottles is dead. But no, I have a bunch of video ideas before I even think about doing that. Like I have an idea where I want to play like a bunch of games based off of like reality shows.
Oh,
That being said, the
Specifically
archipelago,
because I found out that there's a PC game based off of The Apprentice,
Oh yeah.
and I'm like, I need to cover this.
that means that the archipelago Discord server does have like regular massive multi-worlds throughout the entire Discord.
That's awesome.
So like that is always a thing to be done. That you can try to get in on one of those.
True. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been playing. I've been playing as much as I can, even though I don't have a PC anymore right now.
I've been as usual, as everyone else so far. I've been playing Marvel Rivals. A lot of Marvel Rivals. So much fucking Marvel. All responsibilities have gone out the window. I've been in the ranked mines. I had to pull myself back
Gion
into...
is dead.
Yeah, Geode's fucking dead. I had to pull myself back... Who? I had to pull myself... I had to pull myself back into Gold 2 yesterday. And I did. Also, at one point, by playing Iron Man. Let me tell you, those Iron Man memes, oh man. We're going to talk about some of those. Fucking hilarious. But, aside from that, I've played a bit of, there's a game called, there's an RPG that I was given by a coworker recently called Trinity Trigger. It's kind of a very sort of Tales of Symphonia-like game, which is kind of neat. I haven't played a lot of it yet, but it's all right. And as of, currently in this moment while recording, I'm playing Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga again.
Nice.
Because Jordan,
Classic
our
Peter
buddy,
playing games while recording.
well, come on. My attention span is so frayed as it is. So, but our buddy Jordan heard someone use the Yoda death noise in a call he was in, and it made him want to play it again. And then I saw him playing it, and I went, "Damn, I want to play that again." So I let it out.
So here we are.
Here we are.
You know what I've had a hankering to play again, just randomly. I'm like, I woke up one morning and was like, I kind of want to play Mario Galaxy again.
Not a bad hankering.
Yeah.
That's kind of it for me. It's mostly been Marvel Rivals all week, or the last like 3 weeks.
It has been a very busy, dry month between all of us being sick and also the holidays.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I'll go because mine's pretty short. It's been Rivals. It's been going through some Elden Ring stuff. Balatro, because it's on my phone, and when I have nothing to do at work for 3 hours, I just play Balatro and watch stuff on the computer in the background, because I just like watching big number go up. And it's December, so like December, January is always going to be like the dry month of like, what do I do now? And yeah, that's really about it. Besides, I might re-download some of the Borderlands games and play through them since it's something got announced.
Hell yeah, brother.
And
Yeah.
hell yeah.
I'll definitely talk about that when we get to it.
Yes, sir. And gonna go through my library of fighting games because I want to hit up a tournament in May. So I want to play at least a couple. I will play a couple of games and not go X3 drop. You know, at least win.
Iconic. The iconic move. The iconic move.
X2 drop.
Yep.
X3 drop.
Yep.
Classic.
All right. Then I guess.
And then that's about it. Yeah. So who's?
It's just me now. So guys, I have withheld some information really quick here. I have been playing the popular multiplayer game everyone's been into. That's right, everyone. I've been playing Helldivers 2 finally.
Oh, that was also what I was playing. That was the Squids came out.
Yeah,
recently.
I on a whim, I was like, fuck it, I'm finally gonna pick it. I saw gameplay, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna pick this up and try it out. And no one really told me how arcadey it was and how pick up and play it is. Where it's just like there's not really any like driving goal besides leveling up and getting gear. It's just kind of like I can pick it up and play it whenever I want, and I'm like, oh shit, all right, tight, let's fucking do this shit. And I've been enjoying it. I've only been solo queuing, to be honest, because I don't want to play at randos because people are mean, and I don't want to deal with them. No, you'd be surprised.
Feel that's so hard.
You'd be surprised. I don't like playing with random people online. People are just fucking mean, and I don't want to deal with that.
That's all right, Lucas. I turn off voice chat and text chat in Marvel Rivals.
Oh, you can do text too, because there are a lot of online games I would play.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't turn text off, so it's like.
Yeah, no.
I played. I really liked when I was younger. The game Awesome Knots. It was a 2D MOBA, and like I was just trying.
I do remember Awesome Knots.
I love that game. I love that game. It was fun.
I remember that game too.
I was just trying out a new character on like not ranked, and this guy was fucking ripping into me even after I was like, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm learning this character, and he was like talking to me like I fucking murdered his son or something. I'm like, Jesus Christ, like my God.
Jesus.
But
Christ.
no, I've been really into Helldivers 2, and ironically enough, they just in the time of me playing it, the Illuminate came back, who were like enemies in the previous game, and it's been really cool to play that. And it's like I love all like the synthy music when you fight those guys specifically. I haven't fought bots yet because those are fucking terrifying, and I don't want to do it.
They sure are.
The bots are fucking horrifying. I've seen gameplay where it's just like it's foggy as shit, and you'll just see barrages of lasers coming out of the. I'm like, this is terrifying.
Oh my God.
So I've been really enjoying that. The game's really fun. I eventually got to queue up people and play it for real, like with an actual group. It was funny because like I was playing it, and like I had a friend on PlayStation I knew from college. I forgot I friended him, and I was playing it, and then he started joining my game, and I was like, what the fuck? How the fuck is someone joining my game right now? How the fuck is this happening? I got discombobulated. I fucking threw the game, and I literally messaged after, hey, I gotta be real with you. Like, I was not expecting someone to join my game, so I had no idea what to fucking do at that point.
I just throw my controller into the wall.
No, but that game's been really fun. I know it had a lot of issues after launch. It had a lot of fucking issues, but like I've been really enjoying my time with it. Now, as for other than that, I like everyone. I have not been playing a lot because it's been December, and December has been a hell. Has not a hell month. Just been holidays and shit. Shit's going on. For streams, I've been playing Pikmin 2. The other thing I've been playing was I have hopped in onto Poppy Playtime. I said this at during the last stream. I said it, and for context, I always kind of was like indifferent towards Poppy Playtime, and admittingly, the fact that they charged I think like $5 or $10 for the first chapter is insane to charge for that. How short that chapter is, but they backed down on it, and like they've kind of changed and moved past a lot of that fucking greedy shit, and it's really evolved to like, bro, they dropped a new trailer for chapter 4, and like the main villain of it looks like a fucking like cyborg techno. Like this is fucking cool as shit now.
It looks so cool.
I'm so into it. So I'm doing chapter 3 this week finally. But I've just been enjoying it. It's just fun. It's just a fun game. And the other thing I played that I unfortunately can't say was fun, I played Pac-Man World 3 during the Game Awards. I gotta love it with y'all, gang. That game fucking blew. I was just like not having fun.
Pac-Man World 3 is the worst one.
It's really like not fun. Like it's really just not enjoyable, and like
it's bad.
I don't think Pac-Man is a character that should be voiced. I gotta be honest with y'all here. I don't think he should have a voice.
I agree.
I think he's better as just a silent cartoon-ass character. Especially when he talks like, "Hi guys, it's me, Pac-Man. I love Miss Pac-Man." It's like, who are you? Who is this whitewashed Pac-Man? Get out of here! Like,
what's the meme with Fred from the Scooby-Doo movie where he's like, "I think Pac-Man World something sucks," and it says
I think
Coolsville sucks.
Yeah.
I forgot because I don't know what Pac-Man game that is, but I believe you.
But yeah, that's all I've been playing. Just because again, it's been a busy month, and also now I'm sick. So, but I'm here. I'm here to talk. I had a voice crack happen just a few seconds ago. Hell yeah, brother.
What are you gonna do, dude?
Voice cracking at age 29, baby.
We're going through third puberty.
Love to hear it. Love to see it.
I want to eat concrete.
I hate it. Oh my god.
I want to eat.
Anyway,
But speaking of Pac-Man,
yeah, I had a feeling.
funny gamer. You're so smart. You're such a smart.
I'm such a little gamer boy.
The secret level episodes came out, and for everyone who doesn't know what secret levels is, it's like an anthology series of just random video games.
It's by also the people who did Love, Death, and Robots for context too.
Yes. So some of them are like mediocre and like mid, and some of them are really good. Like I've heard consistently, the Warhammer one is phenomenal, which is funny because Warhammer has been in the spotlight now because like people are finally like getting into it, so that's really cool. And to go along with the Pac-Man game, they have the secret level, which is just completely, what is this?
Yeah.
I don't even know what it is, but
yeah,
I'll rock with it. It's people talk about games not doing anything new. This is new.
It's actually closer to another game that they did a while back.
Oh, cool! I couldn't tell which one.
Zine. It's like a. Can't remember. It's like starts with an X.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
The
The Metroidvania game that's based on it looks pretty fun.
I need to just the sheer mental shock I went through when that got announced during the Game Awards as I was doing my Pac-Man bit. I was like, this is my fault.
That was fucking wild.
I called.
That's
like,
really funny.
I
You willed
unintentionally.
it into
This is my
existence.
fault. I fully deserve this. Like, it doesn't even look bad. Like, it looks fine. Like,
No, it looks pretty fun.
yeah.
I legitimately had this moment when they showed the trailer for that new Pac-Man game, where I was literally like, I thought of the secret level episode, and I was like, oh, it makes sense now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had the same thing. I went, oh, that all makes
What
sense.
an interesting way to keep it concealed, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Props.
It definitely kept me guessing.
Yep.
Because everyone was like, "This is Pac-Man, really?" And then the
game trailer came out, and they're like, "All right, I guess this is Pac-Man."
I still think it's very weird, but it's fine. The game looks cool. The game looks cool at least, so it's fine. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna work on it.
And for all the Mega Man guys out there, the Mega Man episode is really good from what I've heard.
Yeah, it's pretty all right.
It's only 4 minutes.
Yeah,
sucks
it's
ass.
good,
Oh,
but
that's
it's
fine.
short.
That's wild.
It needed
Mega
to be
Man
longer.
fans continue to
I
get
hate
nothing
to
but
laugh.
breadcrumbs.
I hate to laugh, but it's really funny.
Yeah. I think what I liked most about the Mega Man one was that I feel like it actually captured the character of Rock specifically really well, and that's
okay,
really
that's
cool
cool.
that they did that. I
think that is a big thing from what
Yeah.
I've heard, is that it does a really good job of like capsulating, I think is the word. Like Rockman and Roll and
the thing is, it's just way
Other
too
musical
short.
instruments.
I also still don't love the design of Bomb Man in it. I don't love it, but like it's
Oh,
at the
no.
very least it seems it was good overall. You know, I can't really complain.
Bomb Man's design needs a redo.
Yeah, it's just like it's not even like again, it's a case where it's like I don't mean to keep doing this card, but like it's not even like bad. Truthfully, I just don't personally like it. I like
I think that's fine.
the Robot Masters looking just a little more goofy and like a little more cartoony. I've always liked the like
Yeah.
original Mega Man art style where just they look like cartoon characters. I've always liked that.
It's very appealing. Like even when they did it for like the Mega Man 90s cartoon,
Yeah.
like as silly as they would look because of like how low budget that show was, like it still like looked good.
I'm such a softie
Yeah.
for that show. I'm such a softie.
Your powers are mine now,
Oh,
Pharaoh.
I don't
punch
believe
him.
you.
Dexter's shadow.
I do not blame you.
Apparently, that
I watched that show when I was
is,
a kid.
is finally getting shown like in Japan, and boy, howdy are memes coming out of it.
Hell yeah, I'm okay with that.
Let's
This is
fucking
fine.
go. More Gutsman ass.
Not even that. But what I saw was that meme of like the slap where the guy just keeps slapping different people, and it's the cartoon Mega Man slapping all the different incarnations of Mega Man.
Oh no, he's gonna blast
It's great.
President Lincoln.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I love that
I
show.
love that one.
No, my favorite is when Pharaoh Man just fucking decks
Yeah,
him
yeah,
in the
yeah,
face.
yeah. Phil just
Your
said that.
power
That's
is
what-
mine.
Now I've got your power.
It's so funny. I love that one.
Honestly,
It's great.
the
It's
music
really
in that
fun.
show was pretty solid too. Like the overall main Mega Man theme was like solid. Like I have no,
Super fighting
I have
robot.
no ilk.
Mega Man.
I gotta be real,
Mega
y'all. I have
Man.
no ilk towards that show. I always thought it
No,
was
me
fine.
neither.
Like it's fine. Like it's an old
Yeah.
cartoon. Like it's not
I,
like
I like the one episode where where Mega Man X shows up.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's not
'Cause
like
me
like
being
And
being
he
more of an
looks
X guy,
insane.
I was like,
He looks
"Whoa."
insane.
It is wild to me. It is wild to me that they actually like had the wherewithal to do that.
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
think like Mario, like the Mario cartoons, like they never brought in really much from like the most we got was like Yoshi with like the Super
Yeah.
Mario World show. But it's like, you know, they never really brought in like later game stuff into the show. They were just too busy doing movie parodies or stuff like that. Or even like the Sonic cartoons never did that. Like, you know, Sonic 3 was out when like Sonic cartoons were happening. They never really brought in Knuckles that much.
No.
But then you
Yeah.
have the fucking Mega Man cartoon that's like, let's bring in Mega Man X. And it's like, holy shit.
Also, y'all gotta remember, and I'm pretty sure this came before it. The last representation we had Mega Man in a cartoon was fucking Captain N, and no.
Yeah.
No,
No.
thanks.
What was that?
Absolutely.
It's when he was like a tiny little guy. He goes like, "I'm Mega Man."
He was a
fuck off.
tiny little green dude.
Says
Yeah.
Mega after every.
And don't it like fucking Simon
fucking-
Belmont in that show is like fucking like a pretty boy. I'm like, what are we doing here? Like,
Dude, do not get me started on Captain N. Simon Belmont.
I get it, man. I get it, dude. Like,
I fucking hate it.
I get
So
You want?
much.
Do you know what I legitimately want though? Like unironically, when it comes to Captain N, like Simon Belmont,
what?
I want them to make like another like super crossover, like Castlevania game, whether it's like a fighting game or like another like or like the mobile game or what have you. I want them to put him in it as a like bad box art Mega Man.
They
type
should have put him
character.
in the Vampire
I
Survivors
was
DLC.
just thinking about
They
that
should have put him. In
I
the
was
Vamp-
gonna say or even just like as a skin for Simon.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, God, I'm just thinking about it. Remember the freaking Mega Man Fully Charged cartoon?
Oh,
I try
I
not
don't
to
want
because
to.
I think it's one of the
I don't
worst
want
things to
to.
ever come out of the franchise.
It was so bad.
man.
Bro,
That was one of the
Bro.
worst video game adaptation cartoons I've ever seen since Pac-Man: The Ghostly Adventures.
Yeah, what's worse, that or Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures? Like, which one is?
I think Mega Man.
I think Mega Man 2.
Well, the Pac-Man show has the Pac-Anator.
Yeah, because Pac-Man Ghostly Adventures at least gave like. They at least gave the vibe of like a Kirby right back at you. Like this isn't
Yeah,
accurate, but this functions. You know.
Mega Man's evil clone was called Namagam, which is just Mega Man spelled backwards.
That's hilarious.
I forgot
That's
about that.
hilarious.
It's bad.
That one, that's not even
Really
a fault.
bad.
That's hilarious.
And honestly,
It's so stupid.
Pete, I
It's also
agree- I
like
agree
because
with
he's
you
an
on the
evil
Pac-Man
Mega
thing.
Man.
Yeah.
He's an evil Mega Man, and I'm like, and you call him Namagam? Like when Nega Man is right there, like it's the obvious pun.
I don't
What
think
did you just
I don't
say?
think you should say that, man. I don't think you should
Come
say
on.
that, Steve.
You know what I said.
I mean, we already have Eggman Nega.
He can say it. He
We
can
have
say
the
it.
Nega Chin.
He can say it. He can say
He can say it.
Oh, we also have the Nega Chin.
It's him. Sorry.
God. But yeah, that secret level stuff is really cool, and I've only seen a couple of things on it, but I really should give it a watch. It sucks it's on Amazon, but whatever.
Yeah, I only actively watched the Mega Man one and bits and pieces of the Pac-Man one, but I do want to watch the Armored Core one too, because that one seemed really solid.
I heard it's like pretty okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Keanu Reeves again.
I
Yeah.
honestly don't even know what other ones there were aside from Mega Man and Pac-Man, because that's all I really was interested in.
Well, there was a Concord one, but you can imagine how that one worked out.
Oh, dude,
Honestly,
the Concord one is such a wild
Here's the thing. I think the Concord one could have worked if it came out before actual Concord.
Wait, hold on. Wait, time out. Wait, did it actually come out? I thought they said they pulled it.
No.
Oh.
It came out.
Oh.
The
Wait, that would have been so fucking funny if they pulled it.
I thought
the Concord like secret
I would have
level
laughed
episode-
so hard.
The Concord secret level episode was like clearly supposed to be a tie-in for the game because it really looked like the game. It really made it look like with the cinematic trailer that came out and with it that it was going to be like a Guardians of the Galaxy kind of funny action adventure game, and then it just turned out to be another
Hero
turned
shooter.
out to be a hero shooter. Great, wow, whatever.
But then
We'll
you
into
get
that
the
soon.
secret levels, and then it's just like, oh, no, this actually works. Too bad you did this. You didn't do this before the game flopped.
Yeah, like I mean we can't tell. Maybe in another universe it worked, but I feel like even if we got the secret level episode, I think it still would have been a flop, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So I am
think
checking
so.
because I genuinely thought they pulled it. No, they did actually release it. They did release it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it doesn't look bad.
That's the problem that I have with it is that it's not bad at all. Why did they could have just made this a show and then that's it.
Not even, honest to God, I feel like they pulled the game like way too early in the sense that like
They
maybe
did.
That was insane.
it could have
how quick
maybe
that came, I
it
think.
could have lasted at least a bit.
Legitimately, like they didn't even give the game a chance, and like, you know, meme on it all you want, like it looked like a bad imitation of Overwatch or what have you, but like it didn't even have the chance to prove itself.
That is like
Sony just went like, people went like, it's a bad imitation of Overwatch, and Sony went like, yeah, anyway, bye.
Concord
And they
is
put
such a
so much money
fascinating
into
thing
it.
to me because that and it's like I have my time of playing video games. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that happen. That game died so far. I mean, I know everyone talked about it. Like that game died so fucking quickly. And when you think about the money that was put into it,
Dude, I
I've
know I
never
meme
seen
on it.
something like this. Yeah, like no, we all meme on it. Everyone does. Like,
No,
I
no,
get
I'm
it.
saying like I know I meme on it like, oh, people talked about Concord longer than the game existed, but like, yeah, people talked about Concord longer than the game existed.
Dude, it's
Because
That's
then
kind of
we-
fucked up when you really think about it.
it's
We
insane.
haven't seen such a spectacular failure in a while.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
wild. It's like
I
It's
think so.
fucking
Yeah,
wild,
I don't.
bro.
I can't really remember.
there
the
were
last
physical
time something like
copies.
this happened.
There were physical copies of the game that had to get fucking recalled. Like when the fuck do you
Yeah.
ever see that? Like wild.
like
Just
$400
insanity.
million.
Insanity.
Like you can say what you want about like
8 years of development.
what was it? CD Projekt's Red game, Cyberpunk, and yeah, it had its problems, but the problem was is that it was a bad game. It was a good game that came out too early.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, you can say the same thing about before Realm Reborn. Like I'll always bring it up. Like Base 14
Oh, yeah.
Oh no,
kinda
yeah,
sucked.
no, yeah. Base
That's
14
right.
sucked,
I forgot. Base
And
14
then
was
Realm
a fucking
Reborn-
failure.
and then
Yeah,
Realm Reborn
right.
came out and actually fixed everything. But that's
Yeah,
also
it's
because
just-
they had an actual a different team come in
Yeah.
and take care of it.
It's just a Marvel
because
mystery of like
wasn't the situation with 14 like base 14 originally like they just tried to do 11 again?
Sort of. They had the menus of 11. So they had the menus of 11, and because a lot of people would be going from 11 to 14, they wanted to make sure that they keep the player base. The problem was the game was poorly optimized to the point where a flower pot having more polygons than the whole entire fucking game and would cause the game to crash.
That's fucking wild.
I am not even joking. It is literally in New Gridania. I know specifically where it is because that was the wildest thing I've ever seen happen. And it's just like...
I also and this is just a small tangent. I also think it's just kind of crazy how out of all 16 numbered Final Fantasy games, 2 of them are MMOs. And I'm like, that's kind of weird that it happened twice. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, was 11 successful?
Yeah.
11 was wildly
yeah.
successful.
11 was really successful, which is why...
People still play 11.
Yeah.
Yeah, 11 was wildly successful, which is why people were so upset that 14 sucked initially. And now 14 is like the greatest MMO ever made.
Fucking...
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, wait for FF20 where we get our Final Fantasy as a VR MMO.
I mean, I don't think we're going to
Sword
get that
Art
far.
Online. Sword Art Online.
I don't think we're going to get that for a while because freaking Yoshi P has stated that he's got the next 6 years planned out.
Let's go Yoshi P.
Oh, for 14?
Yes.
Holy shit.
Yeah, he already said that he already has all the expansions planned out already.
Real talk though, shout out to
him.
Yoshi P for not only being super consistent with Final Fantasy 14 and updates and making sure that game is the highest quality it could possibly be, while also making Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah, he's the GOAT. He really
Yeah,
is. He's
that's
100%
fucking
the
wild.
GOAT.
Absolutely
Really good.
wild, man.
Well, it's because he's actually a developer that plays his game.
Yeah. What a concept.
What the
All the
fuck are video
developers
games?
actually play the goddamn game. But let's go to the next topic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny enough, speaking of hero shooters, there was a miniature interview, not miniature, but there was an interview from the developer of Marvel Rivals, Thaddeus Sasser. What a fucking name, right?
Hell yeah.
The director of Marvel Rivals,
Thaddeus.
and said it is clear about what went wrong with good old Concord. I'll bring it up again. Summing up simply, that it did not provide a unique value, referring to what Overwatch can provide over the other contemporaries. So, with that being said, Marvel Rivals owns, and he's correct.
Can I add?
Yes.
Marvel Rivals is really, really good.
Before you guys
Hold on,
go
Lucas,
into
you wanted to say
it,
anything?
before you all go into Marvel Rivals, because I really don't have much input on this, I'm gonna add just one thing really quick, and then y'all can go into it. I like Jeff. He's very silly.
Me too. I love it.
I like Jeff.
Jeff's great.
Great
love
transition. Jeff is the devil. No,
I know he's like he's like super toxic. I get it. I kind of love him. Also,
Oh,
if I
what
would've-
if you make him?
I love him for how toxic he
yeah,
is.
and also
to be fair, it's mostly just the fact that when the game started, Jeff was like one of the easiest supports to use, and his ultimate added a lot of value to it.
it's really funny. It's really funny.
The thing
what it
is,
does.
the thing about Jeff,
I love Jeff.
name
is
Jeff.
that he's only toxic if you make him. Jeff is a 50-50 character. I have seen 2 Jeffs on either team. And it's either absolute bloodlust, we must kill each other, there can only be one, or hey buddy, want to hang out?
Yeah.
But
But yeah, I like
Yeah.
Jeff. I think he's very silly. If I were to play any other
love him.
character, it would be Venom, just because I simp Venom.
Hell yeah.
And then that's all I really got to add. Also, I like the little song Jeff does. It's very silly. Okay, y'all can go into it.
Lucas, can you
What's up?
can you wait specifically 6 months to play Venom?
Why specifically 6
How many months?
Have you not seen the
Oh
meme?
my god! Oh fuck!
How many months?
What?
I'll have to keep that. I'll have to keep that promise. What did you say? It was 6 months?
Yeah, you can play Marvel Rivals, but just don't play Venom until like 6 months.
Got it.
I'm sorry, what the heck is going on with that? What?
There's a meme picture.
Wait,
of
do you not
fucking-
know the 6 months?
So there's
Yeah,
there is
explain
a
it.
all right. Let me do it because it's actually tied. I have a
Explain it.
personal connection
Explain
to
it.
this.
Go.
So, the YouTube channel New Rockstars who I watch Easter egg breakdown videos from for the Marvel movies. They have done multiple videos, but they've also been the epicenter. Their thumbnails, specifically, have been the epicenter of multiple memes, such as the Thanos "What was he cooking?" meme.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what
That's
was he
them.
cooking?
And then also, because it's a real video that they made.
Didn't they also
and
do
then,
the Riddler? Does he know? Was that also them?
I think Does He Know was also them.
that's
Yeah.
fucking. Oh, that's them too. I didn't realize that one's fucking.
Yeah,
great.
and then the other one is, of course, Venom. It's Riot,
Yeah.
and it's 6 months.
And there's like a map in
And,
the background too. It's like
Yeah, because I think
It's literally-
was.
It takes him 6 months to get to Malaysia.
Yeah, it takes him 6 months to get to Malaysia, and
I'm gonna add to this. I didn't know the origin of that picture. I just knew the picture.
yeah, no, that's the thing. And when I found out that they were at the episode of this meme, and I've just been watching them for like years now, and I was just like, that's so funny. Everyone's just like, look at this funny picture, and I went, that's in my sub feed.
Oh, dude, you know what? I had like just quick tangent because it's relevant and I can shout them out as always, like I do. Do you guys know like what the fuck boom, like that classic audio? By any chance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Mega 64, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Mega 64. I only learned that like a few years ago. I was like, what the fuck? Like, they truly are fucking pioneers of the internet. I just wanted to add that too.
They truly are.
Well, go talk about Marvel Rivals.
I think
yeah,
it's.
man.
I think that meme sound of like, what the fuck? Whoa! I think that's how I learned that Mega 64 exists.
So Marvel Rivals, yeah, I know
Hell yeah.
we went right into meme stuff, but let me go in a bit, okay? Marvel Rivals has brought back the early Overwatch days for me, and I knew it would when I played the beta, and it feels good. Now, granted, I say it feels good, but in like after this podcast, I'm gonna hop on for ranked and go, you stupid idiot! What the fuck is wrong with you? And keep in mind, I only say this to me and possibly Brandon if we're squatted up. But I don't say it to the voice chat.
It's he doesn't even say it to the people, but we know that they are oh my god. It's always like, I know that we don't always do the best, but when we see something stupid, it's glaring.
So like the problem too is that it has the same problem as Overwatch as a team hero shooter, where everyone is like, it's all about KDR. If you're playing a tank and you don't have a good KDR, you fucking suck. And it's like, no, I'm playing a tank that is built to pressure. As long as I am keeping them back by attacking constantly, running in, pushing them back so you guys can come in, get final hits, I don't care. The DPS should be getting more picks than me, if we're being honest with you.
It's extremely funny too, because even when I'm playing support and they're like, oh, you're 2 and 5, I said, I'm 2, 5, and 26. Where the fuck are your kills?
Yeah, exactly.
Mr.
Like I'm
Spider-Man,
yeah.
Mr.
It's-
freaking...
It's all the same pitfalls as the old Overwatch days, but I still love it, and I can't wait for all the characters. One of the other memes that has been insanely funny has been the Iron Man memes that have been popping up everywhere, because Iron Man is one of those characters where people are either really good or really bad with him, but every single time they think they're really good, regardless. Iron Man is a character who, it's like people like get into character as Tony Stark when they play him. It's the weirdest fucking thing. Iron Man players, for the most part, always go like, yeah, I'm Iron Man, and then they either die 10 times or get 10 kills, and there is no in between. And the funniest thing is that with that comes the memes of people like using their ult on like one person that may or may not do anything and just going, Jarvis, clip that. My favorite is the Iron Man landing an ult on 3 enemies and just going, Jarvis, clean up that mess in my pants. That would. I also saw someone in text chat put Jarvis, jerk me off at 130 BPM.
Oh, God, that's really good. That's really funny. I like that one.
I fucking love the Iron Man memes. I think they're absolutely hysterical.
Jarvis, clearly this person doesn't own an air fryer.
I saw one where he went to fire his ult, and the part of the stage came up in the middle and blocked it, and it just goes, Jarvis, kill me.
Yeah, one of the things I really like about Marvel Rivals and how I've kind of been explaining it to people is it like still now it feels like a jankier Overwatch only because all the characters do what you think they would do in a game about Marvel, right? So Venom whipping around and going in your camera going all kind of crazy, like how else would you do that? It's better than him not having a web swing, right? Or Iron Man and Storm always constantly flying.
Because they're always known for that, and I agree
Yeah,
with you 100%.
exactly.
Like that was one of the major things that I didn't like about Marvel, right? Not Marvel Rivals. Overwatch is the fact that when it came to like specific types of character archetypes, like the brawlers or the flyers, they didn't really have anything that would differentiate them from each other. Like how we have the melee characters like Magic, like kind of Spider-Man, Wolverine, and all of them. We have actual melee characters that are supposed to get up in your face, kill you, and then walk away laughing. Meanwhile, the only thing we have for that in Overwatch is Reinhardt. You don't have that for DPS, even though some of their ultimates may be close range. You're not really getting up in their face, beating them in the face with like your claws, your sword, or your fists, depending on the character that you're playing. No, you still have some sort of ranged attack. Like Genji, who literally is known for his Dragon Blade, but is still very much like, you know, he still has his ranged attack, his kunai, which is like
his main
thing.
weapon is the shurikens.
And then of course the flyers, they can't land. Like that's their whole entire thing. They can't land, which means that they have to play differently because now they really have to play behind cover, especially against hit scan characters, and I love that. I love that. That's literally like, yeah, you have Pharah, but she can't stay in the air indefinitely. Well, she kind of can, but you know, it's not like
Pharah can consistently walk, like, and can be on the ground versus Iron Man and Storm, and Doctor Strange can't infinitely be in the air.
Dude, but if I had $1 for every time I heard "Justice reigns from above," I would have enough money to buy the rights to Overwatch.
Listen, it honestly is the same
money.
thing as a pure
I hate it.
Hey man, as a Scarlet Witch main, yeah, I feel it.
What's the thing with fucking Winter Soldier in this game? It's like the fucking again.
Dude, he can ultimate like several times.
Okay, I can explain this. I can explain this in terms that are very easy for most people to understand. He is Darius from League of Legends. So if you kill somebody after you use your ultimate, you get another charge of it. And
he's basically Darius / Pike.
He just goes fucking again when he does. That's fucking
again. There's no different voice lines for
awesome. That's fine. No, that's fine.
It's the same again every time.
And the thing is like he doesn't have to actually get the kill. As long as someone gets the enemy to a threshold that's red, they immediately die.
Yeah,
that's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
And it's also like you also don't have to kill with your ultimate. You just have to hit them with the ultimate, and then you can shoot them, and then you get it back.
That's fucking.
It's
dope.
fucking wild.
It's really cool.
That's cool as fuck.
There is nothing scarier than a good Winter Soldier player.
I've been trying so hard to get better with him.
What's been really funny to me about Marvel Rivals is the NetEase guys just make a bunch of gacha. Like, they've made just a bunch of random bullshit that's either stuck or hasn't. And these random guys in China are just like, yeah, we have the Marvel rights, so let's just make an Overwatch game, but let's make it not dog shit.
Yeah.
And there you go. Novel concept. I
think also like looking as an
making
outsider,
a game that's not dog shit.
Coming from an outsider perspective, for me, I think something that really helps Rivals really stand out is how fucking stylized it is. I think that's the coolest thing about the game. It visually looks cool as shit.
The characters are very much way different from like you would expect. Well, not way different.
Well, even just like the menus. Like when you're selecting a character, they like pop out of their fucking box. I'm like, this is cool as shit. Like,
and
what?
then when you actually select them, they do their little intro.
Yeah,
and it's a lot of like, ooh, wow, spectacle.
Stuff like that goes a long way.
And like another thing too is if you have a skin for the character, on the character select, it'll show their default skin, but when you go to highlight them, when they pop out with the skin you have equipped for them.
That's cool.
And like that's such a cool attention to detail.
Stuff like that goes a long way, to me at least.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like,
one of the things that they actually did add is like with the highlights, some of them come straight from the comics, and I love that.
That's cool.
I'm going to bring up Jeff this time because it's actually pretty cool. They have him in his newest skin, which is like, a winter wonderland type of skin, which he did have in one of his comics where he was building a snowman with Gwenpool. He then created his own little not little but big snow shark.
Yep.
And that's literally his highlight intro where he's making his snow shark and then he shows it off. And
I love
that's,
him.
He's
that's
so
his
proud.
highlight.
He's so
and
proud.
I love that. It's an attention to detail that really goes ahead and puts that extra into it.
Yep.
I also really appreciate about Marvel Rivals, I'm not really a big multiplayer game guy. I don't play PvP games that often. Especially ones that Marvel Rivals have a lot of varied characters and stuff like that. But they really made it so that it's I feel like I could just go play Spider-Man for a little bit, and if I don't really like playing Spider-Man, I can move over to Iron Man and try something different. It's very because of a uniform control scheme that they have, I don't really feel intimidated as much to go over to a new character. And part of that might also be because of the characters do exactly what you think they do.
You're absolutely right about that. That's something
whereas
that a lot of
with
people
Overwatch, when I play Overwatch, when I played back in the day, I played Reaper and that's it. I didn't try anybody else. I didn't want to learn anybody else. Even the very, very short time that I played League of Legends, that character roster is intimidating.
Yeah, I told you not to do it.
And this was before it was as huge as it was. This wasn't I started League of Legends and was playing League of Legends a couple times, probably back in 2013, 2014. So way before I knew most of you. And even then it was intimidating, and the roster has easily doubled since then. Yep. So it's I like how Marvel Rivals is a very player friendly game, and I like that about it, because a lot of multiplayer PvP games kind of forget to be player friendly.
Yeah.
I also want to real
even
quick.
Even so, so they do have a lot of characters, right? They have 33. That is a lot of characters, but they're all available,
and they're all unique.
Pro tip: pick who you think is cool. Just pick who you think is cool.
Yeah, pick who you think is cool.
Yeah.
Pick who you think is cool. If you think the Punisher's really cool, which by the way he really
He is.
He
sure
Also,
is.
He's just a super cool guy.
If I'm being totally honest with you, there's a few things, right? So it depends on how you want to go about it, right? Pick who you think is cool and just play them and see if you like them, right? You could also go to the practice range and just do a quick rundown with everybody. It doesn't actually take as long. It sounds more than you think because there's 33 characters. But you can actually, a lot of them are very basic in, nature, so you can kind of just rush through a bunch of them just to get an idea. But then I also recommend, if you happen to frequent Instagram or YouTube, take a look at some shorts and some reels.
Oh, yeah.
Because I actually found some, a lot of the times, I've been collecting characters to play, Infinity Stones, purely because I see these videos, if you're not doing this with this character, you're playing them wrong. And that sounds facetious, but it's just clickbaity. The actual tips in the video are actually pretty useful. And I've learned a few characters. I've been able to figure out Strange, Hulk. I've been able to figure out a lot of characters because of it.
I guess I can put in my 2 cents about the whole entire thing. When you first start the game, don't get intimidated by everyone else who's been playing since the game came out or even during the beta.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's going to suck. You're going to suck. It's all a part of the game. If someone gets mad at you about that, you can easily mute them. You can report them. Don't worry about it. Don't get Don't get intimidated.
Yeah, I have
Second
voice
thing.
chat turned off by default.
Second thing. Be prepared with at least one character for each role.
Yeah.
I'm telling, like, especially if you go into competitive, if you want to go into competitive, be ready to play, like, have one support that you can play, have one DPS that you can play, have one Vanguard that you can play. Because I'm telling you now, with the amount of people that usually insta-lock their characters without thinking what is good, what may be good for this map, or even with the characters we have right now, you're going to see a lot of mishmash, and it's like, you may need, like, a front line. You may need someone who will heal you. And rarely, you may need someone to be a DPS. Be prepared for that.
As someone who plays fill role in competitive, I wait for everyone else to pick, and then I pick what the team needs. You can't believe how happy I am when I see a DPS slot open. Not because I'm like, oh, I need to play DPS, but it's so rare.
And then finally,
everybody picks DPS because they want to be like shooty McBang bang.
They want to get They want to get the MVP, which it's like. What's funny is MVP in this game is not even remotely based on just kills.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no.
And finally, the last thing I will say about the game: have fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally, don't take it too seriously. Don't be like some of the people that you see online getting. Like, I get mad, yeah, but I won't yell at somebody because they're doing horrible. I may say, hey, maybe you should switch. Or, hey, maybe we shouldn't be rushing in one person at a time. But I won't go into voice chat or type in chat like, you suck, you're 0 and whatever, get off the character or uninstall the game. And if you run into people that do that, again, you can block them, you can mute them, you can do whatever the hell you want. But have fun. The game was made
It's really fun.
specifically to have fun.
And boy, is it fun. Also, real quick, I just want to talk about... I want to talk about the fucking stacked voice cast that this game has. I mean, my fucking god. There are so many good voice actors in this game. I mean, you got Josh Keaton, Fred Tatasquire, Liam O'Brien, Abby Trott, fucking Nolan North, Troy Baker, Yuri Lowenthal, Cassandra Lee Morris, Kate Higgins, Colleen O'Shaughnessy, James Arnold Taylor, Nika Futterman, Steve Bloom, Travis Willingham, like, Laura Bailey. Like, my god.
All the greats.
They're so good.
Yeah, they did not spare any expense.
And
I think it's John
I'm
Billy
less
is the voice
excited-
of Jeff. You might know him as Epic Trailer Movie voice guy.
Yeah. And dude, like,
Yeah.
I'm less excited about the new character getting in as to, oh man, how are they going to play? I'm more interested in, man, who the fuck's going to voice them?
Yeah,
no,
like who's gonna voice Deadpool since Nolan North's
Yeah.
already in the game?
Yeah, because Nolan North
North.
is well, I'm saying I want if Deadpool gets in, which he probably is. I think he was data mined. I hope Nolan North still voices him because I want a fucking conversation between Deadpool and Rocket Raccoon where Deadpool just breaks the fourth wall and goes, "Hey, you know, we kind of sound alike. It's almost like we have the same voice actor or something."
It's almost like we're playing the same movie.
It's almost like we're in a movie and we're played by the
same actor.
I really like a lot of the team up stuff in this game too. It's really cool.
Yeah.
They all
It's a
feel
really
unique in their
cool-
own way.
It also
Obviously.
it gives you an incentive to not only work together but like try out different characters to see like
it's
see
really
what the
cool.
perks are.
NetEase went all out, and I hope by this time next year, the game is thriving. It probably will because the game is fun, not because it's just Marvel. Because like we stated before, look how many Marvel games have come out, and look how all of them kind of suck. I heard Guardians isn't bad. I heard that game's not actually that
Guardians is pretty fun actually. That game is actually pretty fun.
I know that.
It also-
Avengers game was not very good.
No, the Guardians game also hard opens with Peter Quill in his basement listening to a fucking 80s hair metal band that was exclusively, like, they're not a real band. They are exclusively in this game, and the band's name is Star-Lord. And the entire album is on Spotify, and boy, does it fuck.
That's really funny. I like that. That's really cool.
It's awesome.
I will say this, too, with Marvel Rivals, is that... it's like it's weird because I had a conversation with I had a conversation with someone in my family, quote unquote. It's an in-law, where we got into a pretty well, not a heated argument, but a discussion nonetheless. And he made shit like, "Oh, I hate Rivals. It feels like cheap Chinese trash. Oh, the audio mixing is awful." I'm like, then he goes like, "I can never tell when someone's running up," and I'm like, "Get your headphones checked, dude, because I can always tell when there's an angry Chinese man running up behind me."
Oh no! Oh, Iron Fist.
Yeah, every time.
Iron
With,
Fist is so
without
scary.
fucking fail, I turn around and I go, "Sounds like someone wants to beat the shit out of me."
You can even hear when like
Dude, my
when
favorite-
like Spider-Man's
Dude.
web swinging, it's just like, I'm like, there he goes.
No, what's
The
funny
scariest
is I just
thing
noticed
is
it.
when I'm playing with you guys, and I'm off doing my own thing, and either getting the point or escort the payload or whatever the mission is, and like you're nowhere near me, but I just hear Peter go "monk," and I get immediately terrified.
Yeah. I'm just like, "The monk!"
Actually, what I found out recently was that they do the mercy thing for Iron Fist. For Iron Fist, where if he's on your team, he says the name of the move.
Yeah,
but when
they
you're
do
on
that
the
with,
other team. He speaks Chinese. I didn't know.
Yeah,
I really didn't notice
they do that with
until
Psylocke
recently.
too. Because
Yeah, they do that
Psylocke
with a lot of the
says in
characters.
Japanese when she ults, and then on your team she
Oh,
goes,
that's
"Watch
really
me
cool.
fly."
Oh man, look at that! Look how cool this game is.
Well,
This
yeah,
game's really
because
fun.
they want to tell you like which one is on your side and which one is not.
Yeah,
and
Like they
every
have different voice lines
character
too.
has a different voice line. Like you could, except for I think Iron Man. I think it's both pulse charge fire.
No, he's because sometimes he goes maximum pulse.
Oh no, wait, no, yeah. When he's on your side, I think it's pulse charge fire, and then when he's on the enemy team, is maximum pulse. And
Damn, that's really neat.
Even when you look at Scarlet Witch, when she's on your team, the perfect hex
Yeah.
is heard every single time.
And let me tell you,
then
it
when she's on
really
the
ain't
enemy team, it's
perfect
the
most of the time.
And then of course when she's on the enemy team, you hear the pure chaos, and those little audio cues are like to tell you, okay, that's my Scarlet Witch. Oh, that's the enemy Scarlet Witch. I need to run away.
Except when Scarlet Witch is on my team, I always hear pure chaos because I'm playing her.
Yeah, of
And then
course.
you die.
When you're playing her,
And
you
then there's
know
no
when
pure
you're
chaos.
ulting.
But I think that's enough Rivals talk for now.
It sure is.
We're gonna be talking
Join us
about
next time on
Rivals
our
for a while.
Marvel Rivals exclusive podcast.
Oh shit! Only through Patreon. Kidding. We don't have
Listen,
one of those. I will
the
get
day-
into a lot of
Yeah.
trouble if I start saying things we don't have.
If at least if all we need is 6 of us here at GCN to play Marvel Rivals, and we can do a Marvel Rivals stream
That's true.
We
where
could do
the
that.
GCN
We could
squads
do
up.
that.
Also, I could make a fucking I could make a team in the game. What's it called? Faction, I think.
Oh yeah.
I can make a GCN faction just for us,
Oh,
and anyone who wants to join. We can have an open GCN faction on Marvel Rivals for GCN
Yo.
subscribers.
I think to conclude
Hell
this section,
yeah.
I have the most authority to conclude this because I played so much of this game. The true Marvel Rivals were the friends we made along the way.
Or the true rivals
Lucas
made
knows what's
along
up.
the way.
Play
Lucas
me
will
out.
knows what's up.
Play me out, Overlord, who's watching me record this.
I want the ending scene of like the old Hulk movie where he's on the side of the road with his thumb up. That's Lucas right now. Just to go into our next segment because I want to gloat. Fuck everyone. I told you Fallout will win. I'm the best. Phil wins. Everyone sucks. Everyone sucks but me. I'm the best.
Hey man, I got one. I
I'm
wanted.
Phil.
I don't know what you're talking
I'm the
about.
greatest character on the channel.
I am the cheese.
I am Phil. I am the greatest.
I am the greatest.
Right.
character.
It's time for
Yeah,
the Game
yeah, I think
Awards.
no. Fallout
Game
stole
Wars
it.
time, baby.
Fallout
More
stole
like
it
the
from
Label
Knuckles.
Awards.
What a flub.
I'm
Fucking
Guile
rigged.
with the trash right now. Like I'm like everyone's throwing trash. All the Arcane fans are throwing trash at me, and I'm.
It was kind of
Victorious.
crazy when they announced that Fallout 1, Steve himself ran on stage in like tears of happiness and went grabbed the mic from whoever was on stage announcing the nominees and just went, "Fuck Knuckles, Wade Whipple sucks ass. I hate him," and then ran off stage.
Oh, that was Steve.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I literally, I wish I was streaming the Game Awards, honestly. Like at that point,
Can we,
then we would have seen.
can we also
Steve
talk
in
about
the Game
how
Awards.
like no one's talking about how Kojima got shot by those two Muppets? Like, what the fuck? Like,
What a
Hey,
wild
there's
decision.
Kojima down there.
It's so
I
fucking
love
funny.
I can't.
That
Yeah,
video
I can't
killed me.
believe Steve went on stage and released the T virus. Like that's kind
yeah,
of
that was wild. That's insane. Steve, what thoughts?
I want Statler and Waldorf to be at every Game Awards.
Me too.
Oh,
and
no,
I
me too.
I am
What
so
about
happy
the
that
T
everyone is of
virus?
the same mindset.
You unleashed
Yeah.
the T virus. What? You're not going to acknowledge that? Like,
I don't know what you're talking about.
this guy.
He's
No, dude,
deflecting. He's deflecting.
I will say shout out to Jeff for letting the Muppets
Yeah,
just
I want them every year.
tear into
I want. I think Kojima didn't realize what was happening because he looked like visually like confused when they were saying the joke about him.
No, that's the thing is that I think Jeff Keighley like did such a great job playing into it because I was losing it. I was already laughing at Statler and Waldorf's comments.
Yeah.
I lost it especially every time it cut back to Jeff and he had his hand on his face
Yeah,
the same
yeah,
way
he's just
every
like-
time.
He's just like, okay.
No,
It was
dude,
good.
the,
I will
the
admit,
moment
this year was a really good game.
I thought it was
I
too.
think so, too.
Yeah, I thought they brought their A
the,
game.
the moment
Like,
Yeah.
the moment I was like, holy shit, they're not holding anything back with Statler and Waldorf was when their first appearance in the show, they were heckling Jeff. And they're like, yeah, he's talking too much about all these games. Yeah, please wrap it up. I'm like, oh my god,
Yeah,
they're going in.
Yeah.
They're going in.
Hey,
I
there's Hideo Kojima. He's best friends with Jeff Keighley. You
Yeah,
think
does Kojima know that?
I really want. I still want my wide shot of where they were. I want because people looked up.
Kojima looked
They
up.
were in a
Kojima
balcony.
looked up.
They weren't just like set somewhere else up with a camera. They were in a balcony somewhere.
VIP treatment.
I want
Dude,
that wide
it was
shot,
good.
even if they're deflated.
It was a good awards.
Yeah.
If I wasn't in public, that's not true. If I wasn't at my local wing fast food chain, I would have broken the table when Okami sequel got
That's
announced.
nuts.
Dude,
I would have
insane.
broken
holy
the
shit.
table.
Insane.
That was wild.
What an upset.
Insane.
That was so insane.
Insane.
I
Listen.
couldn't believe it.
Listen,
Yum.
we got the Okami sequel. We got a new entry in the Onimusha Warriors series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Dude, shout
was
out to that one
shocked.
person on Twitter live tweeting the Game Awards, and we're like, man, Jeff's getting really choked up. What is this going to be, fucking Okami 2 or something? And then 2 minutes later, oh
Yeah,
my
I saw
god!
I also want it to be known. This was revealed early on in the show. The fucking Steve, you'll probably fuck with this. The new 2D Ninja Gaiden they announced by the
Dude,
it's by the
that was
Predators
the
Revenge.
first thing they showed. That was the
Holy
very
fuck.
first thing they showed, and I'm like, all right, we hit peak already. Holy shit.
That looks fucking awesome.
oh,
I'm
I'm
in.
I am
Higher
in.
than
I
that.
am so in. Like, that is a
the-
day one purchase.
Yeah, I'm in.
The hugest reveal was not only is it Capcom, but it is also
Yes!
Hideki Kamiya
Yes!
reviving
Yeah!
his
Yeah!
original games, his
Oh,
original
that's
studio,
awesome.
to make this
Yum.
game. Also, note last month I did say if I could have 2 game series come back, Beautiful Joe was one of them.
Yep.
So I can't
Yep.
believe
Please.
it. I
Please.
predicted
It's
this.
possible. It's
I
possible.
predicted Beautiful Joe 3. I'm kidding, not actually, but I couldn't. I literally couldn't fucking believe it. Like,
Dude, that was the reveal of the night,
crazy.
100%.
it was the drums, and I'm like,
Yeah,
okay,
oh, yeah,
this seems kind of
100%.
familiar. And I saw the background, and I'm like, there's no fucking
I saw the
way.
doggy.
And we saw my girl.
As
we
soon
saw
as Amaterasu appeared on screen, I'm like, holy
what,
shit.
What
Dude,
the
when-
dog
They're
truly
actually
do.
doing
love
When
it.
they showed, this was the first, like Steve, you've streamed Game Awards with me before.
Yeah.
Not a lot really gets to me. Like, not
Yep.
a lot with the Game Awards really gets me hyped because a lot of like I'm pretty disconnected from like modern gaming if it's not Nintendo, honestly,
Right.
or Sega, like kind of thing. Nothing made me go holy shit the way
Yeah.
that Okami 2 did.
Yeah. It's wild.
Oh, I also had that with can we also talk about, like, nobody's talking about this at all, but can we also talk about how they're making the first new Virtua Fighter game since,
Oh, yeah.
like, the 70s?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
so-
my
Hell
god!
Yeah,
So
that's
here's
sick
the thing.
too. I love that.
I found that really funny because I was like, I saw a lot of people being like, oh, this is an out of nowhere announcement. I'm like, Virtual Fighter was listed in
Yeah,
the
no,
Sega.
it's not an out of nowhere
in that one
announcement
Sega
at all.
trailer.
But I think the crazy part is that they gave it to RGG, which is like a great idea.
Yeah.
Virtual Fighter 2,
Yeah.
it's been like, it was a case where it was like, you would hear a story that a new one is in production, like, I think like every year. They'd be like,
Yeah.
oh,
Oh,
is this
yeah,
the year they're going to
definitely.
announce a new Virtual Fighter? Is this the new? Yeah, but yeah, that's sick. That's really cool.
But the thing with RGG is that they really like Virtual Fighter, and
Yeah.
in the new, I think, Like a Dragon game, there's a whole side quest where you play Virtual Fighter 5 in Yakuza. So it only makes sense that RGG makes this game. Like, they've been doing it.
Legitimately.
Also, fun fact, Harada's a hack and has stolen everything from Virtual Fighter. If you
Damn.
look back at Virtual
Damn.
Fighter 2 and Tekken 3,
I
wow,
was just about to
there's a lot of
say-
similarities here.
I
That's
was just
weird.
about to say, speaking of fighting games, I think it's really funny how like so many people, when they're announcing the new character for Tekken 8, like all the Final Fantasy fans are like, "Oh, come on,
Yeah.
Tifa," and then they show
Yeah,
Clive,
yeah.
and they're like, "Actually, you know what? Hang on,
It was
I'll take it. I'll take it."
I
I
can't
mean, hey,
explain to
Noctis
you.
did really well. Noctis was popular.
Yeah,
I
Why
can't
wouldn't they do
explain to
Clive?
you how you guys gotta understand the sound I made when I realized what was happening, because they were like, and now an announcement from a series. It was like from a series beloved, or like an related to an
Beloved
RPG,
yeah.
or whatever. And I was just like, oh, and then it started, and I recognized the flag of Rosaria
Oh yeah,
immediately.
yeah.
And I was like, that's 16. What the fuck is going on? And then, like, it clicked, and I went, no fucking way. And I went, I have to play Tekken now?
I would like to hop into this really quick because two things. One, first and foremost, zero fanfare to Tekken 8 winning game of the year, by the way. It was like the first thing did, and it did it in like one of the mini sections. I just want to note it because Multiverses didn't win. I just want to make sure that's known. It
Yep.
did not win.
Yeah,
Fuck
thank
Multiverses.
Christ.
I'm glad Harada said his trademark "Don't ask me for shit" line.
Yeah. Also,
And then, don't Tifa die.
fucking with Clive is that like I haven't really seen, like, I've heard mixed things with Clive. I've heard he's like fucking busted first and foremost.
He has
But,
a lot
like,
of auto
yeah.
combos.
But the one
yeah.
other thing with him specifically is there's an interaction between him and Reina where Reina's just like, oh man, that's a sick
cosplay
cosplay,
one?
and then he's literally like, what the fuck is cosplay? Like,
Fuck is a cosplay?
And that's really good.
which is such a Ben
so
Star
good.
line.
it's really funny.
I also like
love
Ben
it so
Starr
much.
as Jimbo for Balatro.
Did you see the bloopers?
Yes, and someone went, what did Ben Starr do before he was a voice actor? He went, this but alone.
I really like that bit where he's just like,
man.
two bananas. Which one's going in my mouth?
I also would like to add to Game Awards, and this is a specific section. I guess Phil can talk about this too for a little bit. I want
Right.
to talk about Borderlands 4 for a second because
Yo,
Borderlands 4,
it looks so cool.
Borderlands is like, and I said this on my stream. Borderlands is like my normie core game to a T. Like, it's like, we're just a first person shooter. You're looting things. That's the one I like. I've always stuck with. And like, Borderlands 3 was a case where it was like the gameplay was probably at its best, but the story was so like mid to like outright bad that it's just like, it's like, man,
Yeah.
you have something here. I gotta tell y'all, when this trailer opens up and not only everything is being played straight, there's not a single goof in the trailer, and it's like, it looks cool as fuck. I am like, I'm like, oh, I'm into this. Oh, I'm fucking into this.
Yeah.
And the one thing is like,
Yeah.
everyone was saying like the Vault Hunters look kind of boring, and I kind of
I
agree.
was just about to bring that
I
up.
kind of
I was
agree,
about to bring
but
that
I'm
up.
okay
All
with
the
it.
Vault Hunters look boring.
I don't know if I'd say that personally, but
Yeah.
I'm okay with it just because also from what it seems like, there's like a lot more of like a theming of like you're a resistance now or something, because there's two rival, and if it's like that, where it's just like they're meant to just seem like average people, or if this is the crackhead idea is that you're actually going to be able to customize your Vault Hunter more, akin to like how you could in Tiny Tina's Wonder Worlds, that game. But like
Wonderlands. Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to do that, because usually the Vault Hunters are tied to a specific character in universe, so I don't know how they would do that. But that trailer, I watched that trailer like multiple times. Like, I'm excited for that game. I think it looks
Yeah,
awesome.
I'm really excited for Borderlands
Yeah.
4. I do kind of want it to be the thing that's like, hey, you made fun of us, fuck you, eat shit, kind of.
Yeah.
That's just me. Which, to be fair, I understand people going like, hey, you guys are a bunch of dummies.
Oh, I
that
get
make this
it.
game and
Oh,
your
I get the.
writing sucks.
I get it. The thing is, like, I've never been bothered by it, but I also totally get it. But the thing is, like, I couldn't believe, like, watching the trailer. I'm like, oh, this just seems like a fucking cool action movie now. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I really mess with it. And also, the guy from Gearbox did say, if there is any mention of the word good old Skibbity and the Hawk Tua submachine gun, I'm killing myself. It was something like
But
that.
that
He's like, I'll put a gun
I
in
knew
my
that,
mouth.
like, because they announced that was going to be at the Game Awards this year. I knew it, but I was like, when it actually happened, I was like, holy shit. I was like, damn, I'm into this. Fuck yeah. Like,
I
didn't
think
expect
they
to
finally
be-
put their foot down.
Yeah.
I didn't expect to be as into it as I was.
yeah, like, and the way
They look really
the
cool.
trailer was cut to the fucking music, I'm like, oh, this is sick. Oh, this is fucking cool. Like,
I really like
It literally brought me back to like when they revealed like Borderlands 2
Yeah,
to
yeah,
Doomsday
yeah.
by
That's-
Nero.
I hate to say
Like
it.
it was literally
I felt
felt
that
like
too.
Borderlands 2 again.
I felt like that too. Now the thing is, the one crux of this game is that they're never going to make a Vault Hunter better than Krieg. So unfortunately, there's that negative aspect to it.
This
to me.
is correct. This is
Ooh.
They got close. They got
honestly,
close with
Krieg
Flock.
should-
They got
No,
close with
you're
Flock.
wrong.
But
Phil,
like,
you're wrong.
You're wrong.
But Krieg, I have never played a character in any of these games that have ever topped Krieg, and I don't think that'll ever happen. But I'm still excited for this, very much so.
Yeah, I'm
Listen,
I'm
I
excited
love
for it.
playing
I'm excited to
Mordecai.
see it.
I love playing Mordecai. I love playing Zero. Krieg is the goat.
Krieg, oh,
I
so-
just like Salvador because I was thought
oh, he was fucking broken. Salvador was fucking
exactly.
broken.
Eat shit.
Like,
Everyone sucks but me.
I get it.
I think seeing Witcher 4 is really cool. I think that, really
That was
sick.
cool. I just like, I gotta be real. I like, because I'm not a Witcher guy. I kind of slept through that shit. Like, I literally, there was a point that trailer went on forever, and I would just, after a while, I was like, I'm good. I can't believe the typical suspects are mad about it when like the new main lead is like an iconic character from the series that people already liked, but now it's not okay.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
I think
Like-
you know me with that one. I just think some people are
No,
dumb
you're right.
and you only
No.
see the negative.
No, I agree
output
with you on that. I'm just
on the
saying
internet.
it doesn't make sense in this case specifically to me, where it's like, oh well, it's just you're just obviously being sexist here because it's just like this is a character everyone liked in the previous game, and now that they're the lead,
not only
it's
is
like,
the
what, it's a
character
problem now?
liked,
It's like,
not only is the character liked, but the character was literally set up to become the next Witcher, and I think that happens in the books too. So it's like, oh, you just don't know the source material.
Here's the thing.
Straight up.
In the books, it's set up that she's supposed to be the next Witcher.
Yeah,
In the games, it's set up she's supposed to be the next Witcher. People are saying, oh, well, they can't do it because the Trial of Grass is like, no, what they did with the Trial of Grass is they took 10 boys and 10 girls, put them through the trial. Only 3 boys came back from the trial, but no girls did. And then they never tried it again. So we don't know if really no girl can become a Witcher. And even if they couldn't, this is a girl who has been trained by Geralt.
yeah. Yeah, like so, like there's an actual reason to it, but even for me, it's like someone who knows really fuck all about The Witcher. It's a case where it's just like, in the most basic terms, this is a character everyone liked. Why is this a problem?
Yeah.
And
It's
we
not
know
like
why. I know
they-
why.
I
But
know
like,
It's not like they.
It's not.
It's not like they created the character to like fulfill a checkbox. You know?
no, they're an actual
Yeah.
character. Like,
They've been there
Yeah,
since
I know that.
as far
think
as I know,
something
the beginning.
happens-
it's just insanity.
I know something I think happens in The Witcher 3 where she actually does kind of go through the trial, because I know in the game there's like the trial can be used to like break a curse or something along those lines. And like maybe she's cursed and she has to go through becoming a Witcher. In
I don't
the
know,
new
man.
game?
Again,
don't know.
I
can't
know
tell
fuck all
you.
about the Witcher series, but like, you know,
I
again,
also-
she's
I know she's the. I
she's
just
an
know
established
that she's the portal
character.
girl, and she's like, oh no.
I also know Geralt takes a bath in 3. That's the only other thing I know.
yes,
Yeah.
that is the other iconic
Bath
scene.
time.
I also know the song,
Uh,
toss a coin to
Witcher,
your
Witcher from the show, which was very good.
Toss a coin.
Yeah,
to
starring
your
Henry Cavill.
mommy.
Yeah, starring Henry Cavill. I think season 3, they're like, yeah, we're gonna not follow the books. And he's like, all right.
Yeah,
let's
because
not
he's
do
like
it.
a big.
Yep.
He's actually a big fan of the
Yeah,
Witcher.
He's a
literally.
huge
So
fan.
based Henry Cavill.
He is a huge fan.
Yeah.
And
Anything else for Game Awards? Anyone?
not
I
even
have a
yeah.
couple.
not.
I was gonna say, can I
Another
talk?
Doug Games
I wanted
story.
to talk about that.
Sure.
speaking of dumbass gamers being
Gamers.
stupid.
Yeah.
Man, not only did I have to eat my fucking words once when I talk about fucking Capcom being like, oh, all they make is Monster Hunter and Resident Evil, and then they fucking show off Okami 2.
Yep.
But I got to eat my words fucking twice
Yep.
because I've been complaining how Naughty Dog hasn't been making anything new ever since they started riding the Last of Us train. And now they announced a new game, and so far it looks pretty fucking cool. But
Yeah,
of course,
yeah.
fucking dumbasses
of
online have to be
course.
like,
Of course.
why does the woman
Yeah.
protagonist have to be bald? Why can't I play as a sexy booby lady?
I like this. I know I made this statement the other day where Neil Druckmann shouldn't direct video games, and it's because I heard in an interview with Intergalactic, it's like we're gonna show that religion sucks, and I'm like, yeah. Have you ever played a JRPG before? Like, really? Like you're gonna like yeah, like whatever.
Interstellar, I'm into. I'm into it, but like it's still really early, so it's like I'm sure it'll be
I can
cool,
tell
though.
you with Interstellar, like when they were showing like the cinematic stuff, I was like, okay, yeah, all right, this is cinematic. They're in space, okay, sure. And then I saw that it was Naughty Dog. I'm like, okay, all right, sure, Naughty Dog, okay. Good track record. And then I saw like that one sliver of combat at the end, and I was like, ooh.
Listen, the aesthetic has me.
Yeah.
I want
I'm into
to
it.
play it. Just
Yeah.
I by the way, can I just say?
It's also Naughty Dog. I'm expecting quality because it's Naughty Dog.
Yeah.
Can I just say
You know?
one of the main complaints
yeah.
people had about that trailer was, oh, look at all the brands they're throwing in front of us. And I went, here's the thing, because I saw people being like, it breaks my immersion. And I'm like, well, it makes mine better. Because if I'm being honest with you, there's something there's something really cool to me
shit.
about thinking like, oh, maybe Porsche would survive into the future, and maybe because of future technology, Porsche would start making starships instead of just cars. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's like I like
It's
that
basic
concept.
world building.
I will like to add to because I actually like. I'm glad you brought that up and I didn't, because I initially did have a bit of response of like, oh, why is there like all this power? But then I like had to reel myself back. I'm like, Lucas, you like Death Stranding. The original release of Death Stranding had Monster Energy drink, and when you go into the fucking shower, it has fucking Ride with Norman Reedus advertised on it. Shut up, Lucas. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll step back.
In
I'll
Final
step back.
Fantasy 15, they have cup noodles.
Yep.
They sure did.
The popular noodle brand.
Yeah, I thought the Skechers brand deal in FF16 was weird, but you know.
It really
So-
broke my immersion when
before-
Sonic was wearing soap shoes.
It was weird when Clive went up to Jill like, "Hey Jill, check out these," and they're light up Skechers.
I don't know, I'm kind of indifferent I'm kind of just indifferent towards like the branding stuff where I'm like,
it's
whatever.
whatever.
I'm kind of like whatever on it, whether it's good or bad. I could
Can
care
I just
less.
going off your thing with Clive there? They're not even like shoelaces. They're like the strap-on ones too.
The strap one,
Like the Velcro.
I don't know how to tie my shoes.
Here it is. By
It's
the way. Here it is, by the way. It's Naughty Dog's Neil Druckmann says Intergalactic, like the Beastie Boys song, is about what happens when you put your faith in a different intuition. Yeah, like every other JRPG or Western RPG we've played. Shut the fuck up.
I guess-
Neil. Stop making video games, you fuck.
I can't really think of anything else. The one other thing for Game Awards that
I'm
I
not
got
joking,
I gotta
actually.
say it, and I can't go full all out here because my voice is dying. Astrobot, sweet
I'll-
baby.
Okay.
I'll do it.
Here's
again.
my thing.
Yeah,
I'm
Astrobot.
I'm
just gonna say real
Remember
quick.
when?
I think, and I really believe this. I think Astrobot winning Game of the Year saved the future of gaming, 100%.
I
Because
want to be hopeful.
it's-
I'm not
it's-
sure.
it's-
but
Well, here's my thing, right? This shows that when you're up against stuff like Black Myth Wukong and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Elden Ring DLC, like guaranteed things that everyone thought was going to win, and you won just by being a silly little platformer with charm and fun and genuine passion and care. That says so much.
I hope
Can
so.
I be
And
honest with you guys?
It shows that, like, hey,
Out of all the games, I didn't even think that Black Myth Wukong would even come even in second compared to. Like,
oh no,
Oh yeah.
I felt like out of all of them, it would be like fourth.
Wow.
Because at
it won
least
Player's
won
Choice at
awards.
least, which is like, yeah, sure, cool.
Yeah.
And then like you have of course you have Astrobot. Thank God it actually won.
Yeah.
winning a bunch of awards. You have Balatro winning a bunch of awards, and then you have Metaphor v Fantasio beating out fucking Final Fantasy VII for best RPG.
Yeah,
Damn.
that's wild. That's wild.
So
That's wild.
that told me this is we were going to be saved because A, you had a platformer doing well, you had a turn-based RPG doing well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really counting, even though it technically is like, yes, it is a turn-based RPG. Baldur's Gate is a very different monster than like Metaphor.
Baldur's Gate is also way more tactical.
Yeah, so I'm like, it may be turn-based, but it's not really. But and then you have Balatro, an indie game created by one person, winning a bunch of awards.
Fucking poker.
And that
big number, go up.
That to me said, okay, we are actually in a better timeline than for gaming. Than
I really think
if
so. I think
Black Myth
this is going to be a turnaround. At
or
least I
even
hope this
if
is
like
going to be a turnaround.
even if like Final Fantasy 1. Don't get me wrong. I think Final Fantasy deserved to be nominated, but I didn't think it needed to win.
There's a bunch of Black Myth Wukong hate. What the fuck?
I also really want to just real quick. Like I enjoyed my time playing Black Myth. I thought it was fine. I think that the game needs a fucking map, but you know, I thought it was fine otherwise. I do, however, want to say and I think the fact that the game's director wrote his acceptance speech 2 years in advance is really cringe.
It's pathetic.
That's kind of.
I think that's
pathetic.
pretty cringe.
I don't think it's actually
I think it's
cringe.
kinda funny.
I think it's sad that he actually thought that he was going to win and got pissed off that he didn't, and thought that
I think I
he
did
was.
Oh, that was
something.
wild.
And, and that he's the reason he said like, oh well, I created the speech like 2 years earlier when I thought we were going to win. I'm like, dude, everyone created a speech. First of all, they don't know who's going to win. Yeah, find out there. Everyone had a speech. You think you're special? Also, your game is not that special. It is literally just another freaking Souls-like.
It's
even
Journey
though
to
you
the
don't
West.
call it a Souls-like.
Dude, it's a Souls-like which is unoriginal. That's based on Journey to the West, which is also unoriginal. There's not an original bone in your fucking body with that game.
Please, if you're gonna have your power fantasies, have them on your car ride to work like we all do. Jesus Christ, my God.
Lucas, is that what you do? Yeah, man. I do like that Super Mario.
Are you telling me that you don't just? Are you telling me you don't just sit in your car, or sit in your room, pretending like you're some like movie star getting interviewed?
Yeah,
like, of course
jeez,
I
come
do.
on.
I would never do that. Why would I? So,
then,
guys,
Peter puts the mask on. Peter puts the
the Green Goblin mask. I would never do that. Why would I?
Yes, I do it every day. I think I'm the best shit. I'm the best actor there ever was.
The mask. Now the mask is talking. It's like.
I'm glad you brought that. I forgot that happened with Wukong too. That was wild.
Yep.
That was so. I read that. And I'm like, that's actually kind of pathetic.
Boo-hoo.
Yeah. It's one thing to, like, you know, write an acceptance speech because, you know, if you're going to win, you're going to. But to write your acceptance speech 2 years before the game even fucking came out? Bro. That's pathetic.
I mean, I'm glad he hyped himself up so much that he was gonna win.
I like the optimism.
So, I look at that. I go like, yeah, you were optimistic about your game, as you should be. It's not that it's a bad game. It's just that what does it do that Elden Ring didn't already do? What does it do that Bloodborne didn't already do? What does it do that Dark Souls didn't already do?
Oh, I can tell you something it did that Bloodborne didn't do. Come out on PS5.
Oh, and you know what the funny? You know
All
what
right,
the funny?
well, Steve's banned.
Damn. That
know what
was
the funny
fucking
Steve's banned.
cold.
I don't like him anymore. He sucks. No,
You know what the funny thing is?
Okay.
I had got into a conversation with somebody, and they said how it's strange how Metaphor beat Black Myth Wukong in like art direction. And I'm just like, you're kidding me. You're kidding me, right? And he's like, what do you mean? The graphics are amazing. And I'm like, no. Art direction doesn't mean the graphics are amazing.
Art
direction is, can I look at this game and say, holy shit, that is interesting.
Stylization,
Let me ask you
baby.
something. When you open up the menu in Wukong, what do you get?
Text.
I don't actually.
Yeah.
Text.
Tabs,
Basic as.
tab text, and it's in black. Meanwhile, when you open up the menu in Metaphor, you open up with the main character's face facing upward and staring at the ceiling while
It's
while
all
it's
about
still blinking.
style,
And then
baby,
you go
style.
to different menus, and each character shows up.
It's all about style.
Yeah, man.
Also,
Yeah,
speaking of which-
Atlas has said they pay their UI team really well.
you can tell.
As
I also
they
love how
should.
someone
UI is very
you know
important.
some person on who's chronically online posted a video of like the opening scene from Black Myth Wukong, like the very first fight, the only time of the game you actually play as Sun Wukong, and they were like, I can't, like, you mean to tell me that the Astrobot won over this? And someone retweeted and saying there was
7
exactly
seconds of gameplay.
9
Yeah,
seconds of
yeah.
gameplay in this entire
Yeah.
clip.
Literally, that whole entire thing was a cutscene, and then
Yep.
it's like, oh, it went over this. It's like, dude, how
The
much do
reason
you actually
why-
play of that? 7
The reason
seconds.
why I'm so happy that Astrobot won is because I am so sick of so many modern video games just being interactive movies. Let me play a fucking
Yeah.
game. Like, my
Dude,
God.
I am so fucking with you with that.
Yeah.
Also, like
That's
to
very
circle back to the developer of Black Myth for a 2nd. I'm not so upset about him writing the acceptance speech for Game of the Year for the game 2 years before the game even released. I think I'm more upset that when he said that, he was essentially being like, it feels like it was a waste to go. And I'm like, how
yeah.
dare you?
No.
Do you
Yeah,
know
you
how
got-
many developers would
I didn't know
fucking
that.
dream to be in your position right
You
now?
got
Like,
nominated
fuck
for
off.
Game of the Year. Do you know how many games came out this year that
Yeah.
did not get nominated? And you're sitting at the front with all the people who did get nominated, and everyone wrote their own speeches and they didn't win, and you're saying like, oh, it was a waste of time. You won Player's Choice and Best Action Game, which is
Yeah.
something that is still hard to win. Get the fuck
It's hard
out
to
of
get
here.
especially
nom-
Player's
a
Choice.
lot of that stuff is
especially
hard
when
to get
Player's
nominated
Choice
for.
had 3 fucking gotcha games that were bribing people.
Thank God it won that,
Literally.
by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really hope that there is some like regulation on that in the future, by the way, because we can't keep letting gotcha games get away with this. Especially
Yeah.
You know what
Hoyo.
It's
You know what the funny
not
thing
fair.
is? Out of all the Hoyo games, only one hasn't like bribed their players to, vote for them and they get something interesting. And it's the turn-based RPG one.
Yeah, Star Rails is cool.
Star Rail literally won, and then they said, you know what? Because we won and we didn't even ask you to vote for us, here's a free 5-star character.
There was one other thing for Game Awards that I wanted to mention.
I do like
Because
some gotcha.
we do probably got to start moving on from this. But, like,
Yeah.
I wanted to mention this, and I feel terrible. I don't remember the guy's name. But there was something, like, for the first time watching one of these fucking shows that, like, was not, like, a necessarily, like, award for a game that I was, like, actually really, like, this is really cool. I feel bad that I'm blanking on this guy's name. But they honored this one guy who, like, basically set up, like, a communication system to talk to people who are getting laid off at companies.
Yeah.
And kind of like network.
That was really
and, like,
cool.
And like that's really fucking cool, and that's cool that was fucking acknowledged. Like even
Yeah.
on stream, I was taken back. I was like, "This is cool. I'm watching this. Like this
Yeah.
is really cool that got acknowledged." I feel terrible. I don't remember the guy's name, but like I want to mention that too because I thought that was genuinely a really cool thing they did during the Game Awards this year.
Yeah. That
I also
That meant a lot,
really
'cause it
appreciate that they
showed that,
didn't
like-
shy away from it.
No, yeah, they were. They
it
were
showed
straight
that
up.
they actually give a shit about the fucking layouts.
They were straight up.
Yeah.
But that's a Game Awards. I think.
Yeah.
I think it's everything.
All right, Brandon, what the fuck is this
Except-
real Game Awards
What's
shit?
the real Game Awards? Yeah.
Yeah. What's a
Yeah, well, so what is the
What are the
real
real
Game
Game
Awards?
Awards?
Quotation, derogatory.
I think we waited long enough. Look it up as I speak about it.
Sure, you
So again, we just talked about
want
the Game Awards, and now there's the real Game Awards, quote unquote, where
Was
you-
it the friends
where,
we made along the way?
where Lucas, you guessed it right. It was basically a bunch of people because they got pissed off that things like Astrobot won that were woke.
cool?
And said,
How
know,
is
we're gonna
Astrobot
make our
woke?
own
It's
Game
about as-
Oh,
Awards.
can I wait? I gotta cut you off. I literally just pulled up the Twitter page and found this post. The Real Game Awards, shitty ass game of the year. Here are the nominations:
wanna hear it.
Concord, Dragon Age, The Veil Guard, Dustborn, and Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League. I think that's all you really need to say here.
Did Concord finally win an award?
Oh my god. Worst games journalist category.
All right. I don't
How
like
many
that
are
guys
women?
that
Come
much.
How many are women?
2.
Oh,
2 out of the 4.
It's so bad,
This
and
sucks.
it's so hilarious
This
to me.
sucks. I'm just going through the Twitter. This fucking. I'm so mad that I was right.
Dude, there is so much, like, I've seen so many different, like, usually it's like stuff with like the Oscars.
Ah!
So many, like, people online that do like spite award
Oh my-
shows, and it's always just as cringe.
Bottles.
If not more.
I'm sorry I just screamed over you. There's a fucking waifu of the year category. Oh, this stinks. I can smell this through the fucking computer.
But hold on, hold on, wait.
They might be
What's-
cooking though.
waifu-
Who's on there?
Wait, who's waifu of the year? Who's on?
It doesn't show the nominations. It actually doesn't show it, so I can't.
Oh, then what's the point in living?
There's a best.
It's because they all like cock.
This
all right?
sucks.
Wait. But there's also a category, best jiggle.
I just
physics
found that.
of the-
I just found that.
Oh,
This
Did
sucks.
you screw the nominees?
I also saw. Wait, hang on. I gotta talk about
I need
the,
to do.
the,
I
the
need to do
husbando
research.
of the year and having Broly in there. Like that's kind of based.
All right, I'll throw the bone there. I'll throw the bone there. That's fair. Wait, which
This
Broly? Are we
literally
talking
sounds
Super
like-
Broly or are we talking like Z Broly? Because I feel weird about Super Broly.
Super Broly.
I feel a little weird about that. But this sucks.
Yeah,
This literally-
this is really cringe. This is really
This literally
cringe.
has the same vibes. Have any of you guys heard of the 420 awards?
No.
No.
Hey, do y'all recognize the name Derek Savage?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
The guy who created Cool Cat Saves the Kids.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, he was saying the Oscars are political trash, so I'm gonna do my own movie award show. Except it's like not for the year. It's always just like actor of the year is just actors he likes or like actresses he thinks are sexy, and it's like, but he holds it and he hosts
Wait.
it and he really tries.
Wait, what? Is
Good for him, I guess.
wait, hold on. Is
What?
Stuttering Craig is part of this?
Yes.
What?
What a
No!
fucking fall! What a fucking fall!
What a
Jesus
fall from
Christ.
grace.
There are a
my
lot
God.
of people who looked at. I looked at this. I'm like, these are creators that people actually like.
He was from
I don't know
he
who
was
any
from
of these
he was from
people
Screw
are.
Attack.
Phil, you should know who Stuttering Craig is. He headed Screw Attack.
What
yeah.
the
Oh my
fuck?
That's
God,
literally
you're
who
right.
inspired. That's literally what inspired GCN to become a thing with Screw Attack.
What the
Yeah.
fuck,
That's
dude?
not entirely true. It's other outlets, but
That's
Yeah.
fucking sad. That's
Yeah.
fucking
Wow.
And you know what the great thing is?
What?
yeah.
You can help fund it because
Nah.
they have
No.
they have their
No.
own Patreon.
No.
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 Yeah,
Nuh-uh.
yeah. So you can. Here,
I think I'd rather buy the AI cat game.
hold on,
yeah, we
hold
didn't
on.
talk about that.
I need to bring it up.
Oh, this is never mind. I know who Craig is. That's unfortunate.
This sucks. This fucking blows.
Oh no, there's a YouTube video. There's a YouTube video of Craig exposes racism. Oh well, that's unfortunate. I guess he went from exposing people to being part of. The
I have found who was nominated for Waifu of the Year. By the way, it's
Who was it?
Eve, Tifa, Bernice from Zenless Zone, and Juliet from Lollipop Chainsaw.
All right,
so Tifa
honestly,
wins, right?
2 out of 4 ain't bad.
In
You
the
know what?
eye-
Based.
in the
I think
eyes-
I'm gonna fund them.
I think
In
I'm gonna
the
help
eyes
fund
of
it.
cringe.
It's all my own.
This fuck.
In the eyes of
Single-handedly
cringe.
funding the Real Game Awards.
In the eyes of cringe, maybe some things are based.
I will.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
I will also say. This is my fault now. There's a best third-person shooter category, and Earth Defense Force 6 is there. I'm like, oh shit, all right, shit, reasonable.
But don't worry, guys.
I get it. I understand that this started out of like some dumb shit, but now you go down, it's like, oh wait. a
No,
minute,
no,
hold
I
on.
wouldn't go that far. No, this still fucking sucks.
Don't worry, guys. All right,
Wait a minute.
I will personally fund the Real Game Awards, but I will do it
okay,
under
actually,
Steve's
I'm
name.
Sorry. The Real Game Awards has its own website, but then they have subscriptions.
Why? Fuck
All right,
off.
ready for this? Ready for this?
No.
No.
Ready for this?
No.
I think you're gonna love this.
Okay.
So there's a $5 monthly support where you just want to support on a monthly basis, and it's like it's like thank you, which okay, fine, whatever. Then you get support and suggest for $15 every year.
Oh
Which is you get to suggest categories for the future award shows.
They can't even create their own show.
It gets better. Then there is the $30 one, which is where you get to suggest, nominate, and vote on future award shows.
Oh, that's great.
Then
Wait, so you have to pay to vote?
Yes.
Oh.
What the fuck?
Yes. There's the $150
That's
a year
apparently
one,
not
where you
AI
suggest
according to the
categories,
developers.
Nominate and vote on the award for the award show, and you get to go.
I wouldn't want to be seen at this.
get to go.
I wouldn't want to be
Yeah,
seen
and
at
go
this.
where?
You get to go to the award show.
I
Where's the
hope
award show?
I hope I show up and it's just like the Willy Wonka experience.
And then
Like I hope I go there and I'm sitting next to the unknown.
And then
Don't mention him.
Yeah.
Don't mention the unknown.
and then finally there's the last one. Do you want to know how much per year it is?
Don't tell me it's like 1,000. Please don't tell me this.
$1,337 a year.
That's a weird
That's
number.
why. Why is that the number?
Leet. No, it's Leet. It's Leet.
Leet.
What does that mean?
It's
Okay, Leet. All right, Leet speak is literally like old early 2000s gamer like typing.
Hey, can we talk about Sonic
goodbye.
3 now?
Yes.
Can we move on from this? This sucks.
Yeah, so,
hold on.
Wait, we have to know what that gets us.
What is it gonna
Especially if
what is it
Pete's
gonna-
gonna pay it.
This is the last thing.
Yeah, I have to know. Yeah.
Yeah.
This
so
is so
not
sad.
only do you get to suggest, nominate, and vote, but then you also not only also get to go to the awards, but you also get listed as a sponsor for the award show.
Epic.
Oh, sponsored by
Really
sponsored
cool.
by Steve. Sponsored by
Yeah, Pete, you just fucking died.
Can I?
Sorry.
All right. All right. Anyway,
I'm so reading. Once I read Stuttering Craig as part of this, that like killed a buzz in me. That I that's so fucking. I watch Screw Attack all the fucking time. Like I watch that.
me too, dude.
That sucks.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and he was just known in the gaming scene for so fucking long. I didn't realize he fell this bad. Jesus Christ.
Too bad he's a racist.
Yeah, fuck. I didn't know this.
is he a racist?
Nah, I don't know. He's basically anti.
Well, you can't just say that.
He's basically anti-woke, which basically, when it comes down to it, it basically
That
does
probably-
come down to you're kind of racist.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah, that probably
Because-
means
this sucks.
Yeah, because like
sucks.
when you say that you're anti-woke, you hate the fact that there's a black person in the game. You hate the fact that there's a woman lead. You hate any sort of LGBT themes in the games. Like,
You get to go. You get to go. Sure.
That's the best part of the movie.
don't
I love that line.
racist.
Segue.
That's
Don't be
the segue.
racist. I am a building.
Wait, there's one
I
higher.
but
love
yeah,
that
but
line
that's
so
basically
much.
what it means to be anti-woke. Like you're racist, homophobic, misogynistic. Even though you don't want to say that you are, you really are because you're getting mad that
I don't know. It's something stupid,
a
isn't it?
straight white man is not
Is it 1,000?
the face of the game. You see it with Siri.
No. It's This fucking sucks. Can we talk about Sonic 3 now?
Yeah, fuck off. Fuck off, man. That shit's-
Can we please talk about Sonic 3? This fucking
Anyway.
sucks. This blows. Yeah. That's incredibly unfortunate. Because Craig's like the fucking face of Screw Attack too. Yeah.
Anyway, Sonic 3 is a good movie. Sonic 3 is a good movie.
It is a really good movie.
I would like to
Okay,
go see it
just
again.
like hold on, just like with Knuckles, we're gonna have to do the
Oh
round.
yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
I don't know what that
otherwise
means.
we're gonna be talking over each other
Yeah,
about
yeah,
everything.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's
So
right.
who should we start with?
I guess I mean, I don't know. I'll go because I'm not like the big Sonic.
Yeah, man.
guy,
Don't be like
but I like
don't be
Sonic,
like
Sonic.
Gerald
I'll go
in
after
Sonic
Phil just
3,
because
who
it's a
was
little harder for me to
misogynist
talk
about
for a
women
Steve,
in
you're
the
last.
military.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Sonic 3. Sonic 3.
I'm gonna go take a piss.
Sonic 3 is a good movie. I really like it. The voice actors are great. I do like not Ben. What is it? Ben? No.
It's
wait,
Ben. Ben Schwartz.
Oh, it's Ben Schwartz. I like Ben Schwartz. I know one of my buddies is kind of like the thing that's holding the series back is him, and I'm like, all right, whatever.
No.
I don't know. He's a bigger Sonic fan than I am.
Yeah,
So whatever.
Ben Schwartz's passion in the character is everything.
I could have dealt. Yeah. I don't want to say Marvel humor, right? Because like that's just a common dumb thing I think is stupid, but it does have the classic. It's a kids movie. Shocker! It's a surprise to no one. However, I am slightly upset, and I said it before. It will be a little bit of a party pooper. Is that I am slightly upset that the best scene in the movie, and I'm assuming I could say it because by the time this goes up, people would have seen the movie.
Oh,
by
should we
now.
clarify spoilers? Yeah, we're in
Oh
spoilers.
yeah.
Okay.
Spoilers
yeah.
ahead.
Yeah,
Skip to
spoilers
this.
ahead.
Skip to this timestamp. You would like to
that's
skip
right.
spoilers.
This is
Work
your
I got.
warning. We will be spoiling
This
Sonic
is your final
3.
warning. It's your final warning. I am slightly upset that the dap up into Live and Learn, while they go gold mode, which is a 10 out of 10 moment, is then followed by Jim Carrey spanking himself.
Ooh, la, la.
I'm a big party pooper. I'll admit that. I was kind of upset.
I don't hate it.
Involve them. I hate it. I just hate it. I don't. You could be wrong.
It's all right, Phil. You're not alone.
Anyway.
Plenty of people hated that. I thought it was funny, but
Yeah.
I do agree. It probably should have been placed a bit later.
Yeah, like if they were like fighting and they did the Jim Carrey fights himself where it's a little goofy and then goes into that, okay, fine. I'll be like, okay, whatever. At least it didn't go because they do the pose, man. They do the Sonic Adventure 2 pose, and I'm like, what? And then take this, grandson. Ah, and I'm like, all right.
I loved your
that's
impression
upset.
of that. That was amazing.
Oh, what? Gerald and spanking.
Take this, grandson.
Gerald spanking.
Take this, grandson.
It sounds like a Marvel vs. Capcom character line. Take this, grandson.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, Gerald gets bug zapped. But yeah, it's just to me it's a solid,
Okay,
like,
hang on.
solid 8 out of 10. Solid
So,
movie, great
if
movie.
anyone knows my sense of humor, you know that the one thing that makes me laugh more than anything else is a huge climactic build-up to the most subtle payoff, and that was Gerald's death in this movie. I laughed so fucking hard at that.
Yeah, which is what's a fate worse than death? Firing squad or
Getting atomized.
Atomized? What's a fate worse than death? Telling people that humanity will pay and they getting gunshotted, or getting atomized?
Getting quill punched in the fart box to atomization. Yeah.
Oh my god! But yeah, overall, solid movie, 8 out of 10. Each after credit scene is very good, solid. Sonic's cool and it's hip. Shout outs to Idris Elba.
It's hip. It's now. It's wow.
It's hip. It's wow.
It's fat. It's stupid with an OO.
It's hip. It's coral.
Yeah, if only
it's-
I guess if only other video game stuff could be as good. I guess. Fallout was really good.
All right.
Anyway, that's the Phil segment of the not super big Sonic fan. Go see it. He gets a thumbs up from me.
So I'll go in next just because, again, it's a little harder for me to talk at a long period of time right now. But, yeah, I mean, I loved it. I really enjoyed it. It really fixed... I've always kind of said, I think here and both on my own stuff, where it's like, I like the first two Sonic movies. I think they're really fun, but they never really... They always had something that was holding it back for me that I just didn't really vibe with as much. Not that I... Like, and I still liked them, though, but they were still just like, oh, if you just did this, like I thought with 2, it's like there wasn't enough game music, and luckily, they fixed that shit real good in this one, because not only is there like obviously live and learn happens obviously, but like it's also like a motif and like the orchestrals throughout the movie too, and I'm like, that's really fucking sick. And it's like, hey, I was like a little like weary about Keanu as Shadow, but I was like, hey, no, he did good. He did sick.
He did great.
There were some lines that he really delivered, and I think this is one of Keanu Reeves' best performances.
Yeah, like he really did give a shit. Like he really cared. And the thing is, like this, like to me, is like the best case scenario where it's like, oh, these sequels have just been improving. Like they've just been improving to the point where like now it's at a tone where it's like, oh, this is what I've been waiting to see. Where it's like they have some of this, they're still honoring shit from like the original 2 movies of stuff like the stuff they introduced, like introducing characters like Long Claw and like some of the more human aspect characters. Jesus Christ. Human characters and stuff like that. But I feel like they found that balance perfectly now for me at least, and it really, like, I really, for the most part, enjoyed my time with this a lot. I was like, not that I was like, I wasn't expecting to not like it. I was going to like it either way. I'm a Sonic dork. Like, it is what it is. But, like, I really liked it. You know, like, I want to go see it again. I haven't had time to go see it again. And my only, like, dislikes about it, and
Me too.
Yeah. My only dislikes about it, and it's, like, very stuff that it's like, yeah, I wish that could have been a little better, but it didn't really take too much away. One is pacing. I thought it was a lot more fast-paced compared to the second movie, and I thought that hurt it just a little bit, because I like shit hanging a little bit, like, you know, like real conversations between characters hanging a little bit, and I wanted a little more of that in this movie.
I'm going to touch on why I think that is when I talk about it.
Yeah, I got it. And, like, I will mention that I did like Gerald. I thought all that stuff was really funny, but there definitely is, like, they should have done the switch up on him a little more towards the end, where it was like, because he had some really good, like, dark line reads when they're finally in, like, the Eclipse canon. And there's a factor of it, the fact that it was like, and I feel like I haven't seen people mention this, where it was a suicide pact, basically, where once they fired that shit off, they were dying too. And that really isn't, like, acknowledged. Besides, it's like,
it's pretty fucked.
That's kind of fucking wild.
I agree. Gerald should have locked in after that moment.
Yeah, but, like, it wasn't enough for me to be like, oh, this is my gripe. No, I really enjoy the movie. I can't. Oh, I guess my one other thing too is kind of going off what Phil said, where it was like, and this is kind of a pacing thing, as I was saying before, where it was like, the sequence where they do live and learn, like, it cuts a lot during it, where I feel like they should have just kept that whole one-shot sequence and then cut to that. And I feel like it would not have been as negatively taken as, like, I thought that was funny, by the way, for the record. That made me giggle. That made me slap my belly and laugh. But, I don't really got too much to say other than that. I really enjoyed it. It was funny. And it was, like, really genuinely, I was laughing my ass off during this movie. Where it was like, there were jokes in, like, 1 and 2. I was just like, okay, all right. I was laughing my ass off in this movie. When it was funny, it was genuinely funny to me. Like, the fucking montage with Gerald and fucking Robotnik living out their fantasies as grandson and grandfather was just. Also, my one other thing I gotta just state, and I'll wrap here for my section, is holy fuck, my heart goes out to Stone. My heart was mourning him throughout the whole fucking movie.
Stone, my beloved.
He is, like, legitimately, like, of all, like, the, like, original characters they made for these movies, I want him reoccurring. He's the best. He's the best
one, 100%.
Yeah. And just, like, the great fucking line with him and Tails, like, I gotta be honest with you, man. You're kind of adorable. You're adorable. Like,
I love it.
But yeah, I like Sonic 3 a lot. It was fun. I really enjoyed my time with it.
Also, shout out to Lee Majdu for not only being a super cool guy, but also being the only 42-year-old man I've ever seen who looks like he's in his 20s.
Oh yeah.
I cannot believe that man is 42.
I didn't know that.
I really liked it. I really liked it.
All right, I'm gonna go next so that it's out of the way. Rip the Band-Aid off, because I'm gonna give. This is why I want to do the round. I want to do a good old rundown, good old Pete rundown of this movie, because I've only seen it once, and that's all I needed to have my opinion of the movie. It sucks. All right, I fucking know. Can you imagine?
Iconic. I would have been so like, damn, Pete.
Can you imagine the switch up from the Knuckles
I respect
review?
it.
There wasn't Wade Whipple was only in one scene in this movie.
So mad. I wore all my Wade Whipple merch. All right.
It's pretty funny though.
You just have a shirt that has Wade on it. It's just like the flames of disaster.
The flames of the dead. They only showed the flames of disaster like one time. Anyway, so this movie, right? I can't explain to you, right? I am a Sonic fan who grew up with this franchise, and I don't talk about Sonic as much as the memes would imply, or as much as you'd think. As the first game that I ever played in my life was Sonic Adventure on the Dreamcast. And a lot of the friendships I have, including Antonio, comes from a love of Sonic. And it just really is like, he is an integral part of my life that I will never be able to cut off. Ever. And Sonic Adventure 2 was, I think, the third game I had ever played in my life. So when this movie was coming out, I was like, this has gotta hit. But I also knew what it was pretty much going to be. A lot of people wanted Sonic Adventure 2 the movie. And here's where I think the pacing issue comes in. Because a lot of people jump to, oh, it's paced this way because it's a kid's movie. Like when people said about the Mario movie. And while I think that's true about the Mario movie, where it's because of like the attention span of the target audience, Sonic 3, I think, is a victim of wish fulfillment. In that I think they had all these dots, these PowerPoint, sorry, they had all these little notes they needed to hit, and they hit them, but at the cost of general pacing in the movie. Because generally how these things go, the studio ends up going back and forth with the director and writers and even editors on how long the movie needs to end up being, or how long they think it should be. You know, producers, executive producers, you know, they go around, they think, you know, they do an audience, like a test screening, you know, and they pretty much figure out where the length needs to be. So despite all the people being like, they should have just made it another hour to fit more shit in, and it's like, they didn't really have that choice. Because I assure you the movie was probably longer in base form before it went through test screenings and producers and all that. And what we got was phenomenal. Yes, there was a lot of Jim Carrey, but there was 2 Jim Carreys. So it was kind of bound to happen. But on top of that, like, once again, we don't know if we're getting Jim Carrey back for the 4th movie. We have no idea, especially now. We are in completely uncharted territory. Because he has given a proper wrap-up. It wasn't just he falls into an abyss of his wreckage. It caught in a nuclear explosion, basically, at the epicenter. We do not know. And he gave a fucking speech as he went out. So we have no idea if we're going to get Jim Carrey back. But my God, did he fucking eat every shot that he had in this movie. The dance sequence with him and Gerald is hilarious, so and I go to YouTube to find whoever posted it every time. I've watched that scene so much, mainly because after all the marketing that was done, I will never get out of my head for the next 3 years. My finger is on the button. Push the button. That's in my head for the rest of time. It will never leave my head.
Can I?
Because it's in like so many marketing.
Just interrupt you briefly for 1 second, because that has been in my head for years. Because there was an old Flash game called Push the Button, and it sampled from that. It just repeated those clips from the song. So when I heard that in the movie, I was like, "Holy fuck!"
The sleeper agent was awakened.
Yeah, literally that. Sorry, go on.
Lucas had to go find a button to push now.
I have to go.
I have to go play my Flash game.
But
yeah, that scene happened, and he turns to me and he goes, "You know, I have to learn this dance now, right?" It's great.
Listen, if someone wants to do the dance with me, I'll do it.
Peter, this sounds like it should be like a donation incentive for.
Oh, dude. Unfortunately, we're probably not doing SGMR again, but we'll still do it.
Yeah.
But Yeah, I think so. Jim Carrey fucking ate. And here's the thing: a lot of people go in on, and I don't mean this like fully negatively per se, but when people talk about their gripes, they talk about, I think there was a little too much Jim Carrey, and I'm like, well, first of all, I grew up with like loving Liar Liar and The Truman Show and The Matt. Like Jim Carrey was like a hero of mine, so I have no gripes with the amount of Jim Carrey in this movie. The fact that Jim Carrey is in a Sonic movie as Dr. Robotnik still blows my fucking mind, you know. So I don't care. On top of that, he gave some great scenes towards the... First of all, not even towards the end. When they give the flashback that we were all waiting for of Maria's death, and that entire sequence, all you see of Gerald is him running in like, kids, we need to leave. They want to take Shadow from us, Maria. And then when it finally happens, Shadow looks at Gerald, and there is tears forming in his eyes while he stands over Maria. And I'm like, I don't see goofy-ass prosthetic Jim Carrey. I see a very sad old man.
I see genuine pain in that expression,
like
and it's so...
It was when I saw that shot, and I will admit this, there was at least 4 times in this movie where I almost cried. Some of, like, okay, this hits, and also of, like, joy. Like, the Live and Learn segment, I was almost, like, in tears of, like, excitement, you know? And, like, I said that in another call, and I kind of got a little shit for it. I was just like, listen, I think it's a win from the filmmakers if I connect with the characters that much. That's not for shit. You fucking cry at a movie, guys. It does wonders. Yep. Like, it feels good. There's a catharsis, man. Like, I cry at the end of Speed Racer, and I'm not ashamed of that at all.
That movie is awesome.
But, like... Yeah, the other thing that I will say when it comes to specifically that Live and Learn bit is my only gripe with it, legitimately, is that now when I go to the OST, I have to skip to 1:36 into the Eggman song.
Yeah.
To see the rest, to hear the rest of the Live and Learn
someone
bit.
on YouTube
That's
made a mashup.
Yeah, of course.
I just listened to that.
There's already a mashup. Yeah, I've already listened to that, of course. But it's still, like, that's my main thing. But here's the thing. We already, like, everyone's like, oh, yeah, like, the Live and Learn, thrown in throughout the movie. That was really cool. They played the song from the last scene. Yeah. In one of the last scenes of the movie.
Yeah.
And I turned to Steve and I went, did you fucking hear that?
Yeah, I was like...
Because and listen, I listened to it on Spotify recently, like a bunch of times, and it is there. Like, it is it is so obvious.
It's not even
but
like,
when I was in the theater,
like, no, it's just the song.
Yeah, when I was in the theater and it was played in the movie, and of course there's some dialogue, but like I'm sitting there, I did not hear it until like until my brain put like the notes together in my head, and I figured that's when I turned to Steve and went, oh my god, but like. You go to Spotify, you go to wherever you want to listen to, or just go to YouTube, it's probably on there. You listen to Sayonara, Shadow the Hedgehog. By the way, Junkie XL has done that from the first movie. It didn't really mean anything until this one, of course, because this one he cooked with the OST. Yeah. But Sayonara, Shadow the Hedgehog is the track you're looking for, and it is just the song from the last scene. And here's the thing, you know that relative I mentioned, that in-law I mentioned, who told me that Marvel Rivals feels like cheap Chinese trash or whatever? Mm-hmm. He had some things to say about Sonic 3. And when I mentioned that bit at the end, that they played the song from the last scene, he was just like, no one's gonna fucking give a shit about that. And I went, I'm gonna
literally
fucking kill
every
you.
Sonic fan gives a shit about that.
I literally looked him dead in the eyes, and I was about to like punch him in the... Because here's the thing, all right? I was trying to tell him, like, oh, it's so fucking peak. He's like, no, it wasn't. I'm like, I'm the Sonic fan. Not a Sonic fan. I am the. All right? I looked him down, I'm like, I am the Sonic fan. I say it's peak. Do not fucking talk to me that it isn't.
It just kind of sounds like this relative is kind of a contrarian.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it was... my whole thing, trying to wrap it up. So, my main thing with the overall ending of the movie is that they ended it pretty much as best as they could have. I think Jim Carrey's final speech as Eggman, for all we know, was phenomenal. I would love Stone to exist in the role still, but his arc is kind of done right now. until they tell us otherwise. You know what I mean? Unless they tie him to Metal Sonic's creation, his arc is kind of done because he has no reason to attack Sonic and friends. They didn't kill him. They didn't kill Robotnik. You know what I mean? Like, he literally doesn't have a thread to be evil still. Beyond maybe this is what Ivo would want. It's like such a weird, like, he's kind of in a conclusive place right now. So until they give us more of a thread, if he appears, great, but I don't think he's going to be an antagonist. And if he is, they got to give a good reason. But on aside from that, post-credit scenes were great. Of course, one of the post-credit scene, of course, is Shadows Alive. But, like, we kind of figured that would be the case. My only gripe, though, is that we didn't get movie and then Shadows Alive, which they had the opportunity. They had every opportunity to give us what Heroes didn't in that a buffer from Shadow's awesome death in SA2 to because in the next game he's just back. And I kind of wish we had a little bit of a buffer with the movies, but I digress. The mid-credit scene was crazy because here's the thing. I am not like an Amy Rose obsessor. You know what I mean? I'm not like Amy Rose #1 fan. Never have been. Not that I didn't dislike her, but it's not someone I would like pop off for normally. Because here's the thing. I would have popped up for Metal, but I think I was just in anticipation to see what could have been. And Metal was just a checklist thing. Like, he's probably going to appear. So when he appeared, I went, whoa! You know, I popped off a normal amount. But the fact that in the same shot, the same scene, Amy shows up, I went, whoa! Like, I screamed. Because it wasn't even Amy. It was the fact that we had 2 reveals.
Yeah, that was my thing too. I'm like, I said to you after the movie, how the fuck did we get both?
And it also, like, the way it was cut had multiple moments where it felt like it was going to finally cut off. Like, it had, like, 3 different points in that. Like,
yeah.
And I think that was wild.
I think the crazy thing about it, too, is that, you know, our buddy Marco had looked it up literally mid-screening. He pulled up, like, Google and, like, looked stuff up about it and found out that it was going to be longer.
Yep.
Which is crazy. We almost got a second movie within the movie. But then... on top, because this is also like the longest post-credit scene I've seen in a while, and I'm a Marvel viewer.
Yeah.
Like, most Marvel scenes are just guy turns around, it's Glupshido! And then back to the credits.
Who was it again?
Glupshido! Dude, that's how it feels, because I tell you, one of the last post-credit scenes in the MCU was, oh my god, it's... Looks at notes. Hercules.
Oh yeah.
That guy.
Actually, it's Heracles.
So this is probably the longest post-credit scenes. But on top of that, aside from it was going to be longer, they were working on it into the post of the movie. Like into the end of post-production, they've been working on this scene. So, like, I'm excited for sure. I do think it's going to be time travel related.
Yeah.
To a degree, because the way that he appears in a Terminator reference, I mean, yes, of course, why not make that reference?
I think they're going to go full Terminator with it.
I do think there's going to be time travel. I also think it would make more sense, because, like, otherwise, where have all these Metal Sonics been?
Yeah.
If they were in some way from the future. Also, Amy shows up as, like, a savior. Once again, makes more sense if she's from the future in some way with Metal Sonic. Also, we'll make it more adjustable if she's a fan of Sonic from the future. Mm-hmm. If she's heard of his deeds, you know what I mean? So there's, like, it makes more sense to do it. I think, like, you could mess up with time travel, as anyone could, but I don't think it's inherent. Plus, then the Silver fans get what they want, because they could probably tie him in then. Although, I don't know how they're going to explain Knuckles soloing Iblis to Silver. My world was destroyed by the flames of disaster. And he goes, you mean this?
Oh, you mean this?
Knuckles,
I am sorry about
Knuckles
that,
is the
White
Iblis
Pencil.
trigger now.
But yeah, I loved the movie. I loved that they got Live and Learn it. Everyone's like, oh, wasn't enough Live and Learn. Dude, we got vocals.
Yeah.
more than I thought we were gonna get.
I did not. Think
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I
I
thought
don't-
we
I
were
don't
just gonna
disagree.
get an orchestration.
It's just a matter of how it was cut. I feel like it should have been cut.
Also-
a little bit, but-
yeah.
What my last thing, I swear to you, but this is why I wanted to do this in rounds. My last thing is that I've seen some people being like, not the best Maria I've seen, and I went, bro, that is the most Maria
that's
I've
what-
seen.
yeah,
We've seen.
That's a bizarre take. I've not heard that, and that's like I don't agree with that at all.
Oh, dude, that is the most Maria we have ever seen.
Yep.
I was like, she likes roller skating. That's new.
They watch kaiju movies. They watch.
We had
kaiju
more of a
movies.
characterization. For
Okay,
Maria
hang on.
in the movie. than
real
in most
quick,
of the
I
games.
just- The fucking kaiju movie they're watching, the monster in the movie is the fucking bio-lizard.
Bio-lizard.
That made me so happy.
That was really
So-
fun.
But it
That's-
was so cool
that was
that,
so
like,
cute.
at
Like-
first I was like, oh, what a funny gag. And then later he's like, am I the alien that we saw in that movie? And I went,
Kinda.
dude, they connected it still.
Yeah.
All right, that's me.
Cinema.
That's my piece. 10 out of 10.
Cinema.
All right, now it's my turn.
Damn it! You
Oh,
stole
no.
my bit. You stole my bit. You bastard.
Yeah, fuck
I was
you.
gonna say the same fucking thing.
Well, I hated this movie.
Damn.
Just like I like Lucas. Damn.
No, this movie was really solid. Like, I had a big, stupid, shit-eating grin the entire time I was watching this movie, especially when Shadow is on screen. Shadow's my favorite character. Also, Pete saying, like, I'm not, like, obsessed, like, screaming, oh my god, it's Amy. That was me. I was
Yep.
that guy. I was the guy.
Yeah,
No,
because
like,
I heard you
he's the
3 seats
average-
over.
Yeah, no, I screamed at Amy, but it was like, I wouldn't normally do that.
No, Bottles,
is what
like
I was
real
saying.
shit. Someone in my audience behind us popped the fuck off for Amy, and I was like, hell yeah, you get it, girl. Fuck yeah.
Yep.
Like,
That was me.
Yeah.
That was me in the theater. I saw the hammer, and I went, oh my god!
I was next to him actually.
Yeah.
Pete didn't really care about Amy because he's the Sally Acorn enjoyer.
No, I did not care about
He's
Amy.
like,
I
how-
literally
he's
said
like,
I
how-
popped off more for Amy. I literally
like,
said
how-
that.
He's like, how dare Amy show up when Sally Acorn's right there?
No, I didn't say that. They will never appear. Ah!
I'm done. I'm sorry. I'm done.
I will say I did also have the same issues with the pacing that I did before, and I also think sacrifice like they had it kinda, but like sacrificing the arc the way it was in the games, I feel like kinda hurt the stuff with like Gerald a little and Maria a little bit, because it makes it like it goes from like, oh, Maria's at the arc because she has this disease they're trying to cure, and now it's just kind of, she's just a child they let into this military base. And like, I don't know, I feel like that's not as interesting.
I think
and
it's kind of
also-
cuter.
That's
I feel like it takes away from the Shadow's tragedy a little bit, because it was the thing of like, you know, Shadow in the games is created to heal her, and she dies anyway, and that's the tragedy there, where now it's just like, oh, I just lost a friend, which is still bad, but the irony isn't there. I feel like that's a little bit lost. Again, it's not bad. I'm not expecting the movies to be anything like the games at this point. And I'm not saying that like as like being an asshole. Like, I'm just saying, like, I recognize that movie canon is different than game canon, and I'm not going to complain when it differs like some other fucking people I see online.
Yeah.
But like, for what we did get, it was a really solid movie. The only thing I kind of wish they did more was I kind of wish that they, and again, this might just be a pacing issue. I wish that they expanded like the lore and world that the Sonic movies are a part of more. 'Cause like between Sonic 1 and Sonic 2, like we got so much stuff about like Long Claw's tribe and their relationship with the Echidna tribe and stuff like that, and we didn't really get a lot more expansion on that, obviously because they were more focused on, you know, Shadow. But I don't know, they could have they could have tied Shadow more into that lore, especially, you know, they said that he was full of chaos energy. They said that in the movie. So it's like, why is he full of chaos energy if he doesn't have anything to do with the Chaos Emeralds? It's that kind of thing where it's like they could have added maybe like one or two more elements to really like tighten like the world building, I feel.
I'm just sad that I just realized. Sorry to interrupt one more time.
You're saying, Peter?
I just realized. I'm sorry. I just like had the realization that Tom didn't get to throw his mean right hook this movie.
It's true, he didn't. But yeah, as Jess was saying, this movie, more than any other movie in the franchise, really relies on you knowing Sonic more so than ever before.
Yeah.
Because there were like, you know, there were certain scenes and certain like plot points where like I know what it means because I've played Sonic my whole life and I'm a whore for this franchise. But Jess, who's sitting next to me watching this movie with me, sees me popping off for something that happens, but she's like, why? Like, case in point, when Shadow takes off the rings.
Yep.
When he's like Super Shadow. To me and Steve and Pete and all the other Sonic fans in the audience that are watching this movie, we know what that means. We know that he's taking off the limiter rings, but they don't really establish that as a thing in this movie, which, you know, sure, it's like, okay, Jess, who's not as big of a Sonic fan, won't understand that, but I'm also thinking, like, you know, a lot of kids get into this franchise now because of these movies. Like, the first Sonic movie, and especially the second Sonic movie, really popped off the franchise with children now, more so than ever before. So it's like, I feel like you do have to kind of not go into these movies thinking that we've played every single game. And especially with something like that, I feel like it's not, that's not something that you should leave to be just an Easter egg. Like, considering that means something for what's happening in the story. And again, I loved this movie. I really did. I loved it a lot. Probably the best movie I've seen this year. These are just like little nitpick gripes that I've had with the movie. And I have to see the movie again, especially since I owe Peter a 4D viewing. But unfortunately, I've been sick with a sinus infection for the past 2 weeks, so we haven't been able to go.
Yeah, I just looked at movie times ahead, like, just to make sure, like, because 40 viewing, well, no, because 40 viewings can leave the theater very quickly, because they only have, like, one 40 theater. So it's like, I need to, like, make sure that I'm not about to, like, miss out.
Lose it, yeah. But, you know, I'm gonna go see the movie again, but as of right now, I think I still prefer Sonic 2 a little bit more. Not by much. Just because Sonic 2, I feel like, really went in on, like, you know, a kid in a tribe. You know, we saw, like, the Master Emerald and Super Sonic and the Chaos Emeralds, and they tied it into the stuff with Longclaw and, you know, stuff that we saw in the previous movie. Whereas I feel like this third movie is way more standalone than as like a sequel than it is the other two.
That's fair. I will say you're gonna look like that guy from the Star Wars arcade game commercial when we walk out of the 40 viewing.
Oh yeah.
Good movie. Good movie.
Good movie.
I forgot about that really cool section in 2 when they're going over the lore with the echidnas and the owls, and it's like this 2D section.
Just 2D animated.
Yeah.
That would have been sick for the Shadow backstory.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been really cool. And like they have time to expand upon Shadow and time into the lore, considering he's more than likely 1,000% going to be in Sonic 4.
He's also going to get a spin-off series for sure, 100%.
Yes.
I mean, I think that was pretty much confirmed at this point.
Yep.
It was said originally that they were going to check to see how Shadow did, but with the way that Shadow did in Sonic 3,
they're doing it.
there's no possible way they can't.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing, the other like little nitpick that I have about the movie, and the reason I'm nitpicking so much in my like round is because all of the good things that I have to say about the movie, you guys already fucking said.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the other thing I feel like, and again, it's a pacing issue. Shadow turns around way too quickly. Like, Super Sonic and Super Shadow are sitting on the moon that has not been pissed on yet. And they have a heart-to-heart, which, obviously that was gonna happen. Like, the moment where Sonic and Shadow relate to each other. But it kind of really does feel like Shadow goes, wait, I am an asshole. Let's stop this,
Hey
I
man,
mean-
stop crying. All
To be
right.
fair, that kind of is what
Yeah,
happened
pretty
in
much.
Sonic 2. In Sonic Adventure
No,
2.
no, Sonic Adventure 2, like, Shadow was kind of questioning it throughout the game, and then it all culminated in Amy reminding him of Maria.
Yeah, and he didn't even fully turn at the end of the game. He did it fully
Yeah.
for Maria. He had no actual relation to Sonic or his friends. He had no reason to do anything with it. He just did it for Maria's wish.
Yeah, but here's the thing. He also did the same thing in the movie for Maria. He didn't really do it because he did do it because Sonic technically had a point, but also because mostly Maria wouldn't want him to be like this. Maria wouldn't want him to be always going ahead, being brooding, and wanting to destroy the world.
No, that is
that was
that
just
is the
all.
point.
That was just all Gerald's thing.
Yeah, I think what they played into, and I'm not gonna go on the whole thing, but I'm saying I think what they played into with that point, with that speech they had on the moon, was that they played less into what the game did, which is what Maria wanted in terms of like, because she didn't at no point did she turn to Shadow and say give them a chance to be happy. Like she never at no point did like she tried to tell Shadow about how good the people of Earth deserve or whatever. She didn't give that speech. But I think what they played more into is grief and loss.
Yes.
And that's why they have that whole thing with, even though the star is gone, its light shines through, across space. It's like they had that line, and that's what made Shadow turn more, because it was less about, what would Maria want for me, but more so, I need to move on. Because everything about Shadow in this movie was just revenge, and they played all off grief. And they didn't give Maria her thing about Earth because they were on Earth already in this movie. They didn't do the arc isolation thing.
And again, that's also why I feel like eliminating the arc from that part of the story kind of hurt it a little.
I think it's 50-50. I think it works in the confines of having to set this up in this movie. Because again, the problem is that they didn't have the build-up of characters leading into this movie. They had Sonic 1, 2, and now we're doing the first movie based on a pre-existing story.
Very true. They didn't even go through adventure at all, really.
Right.
When it came to it. So, which had more to do with like introducing more characters. No, you just have Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, and then Shadow.
And it's and that's a leap, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's the reason why taking that isolation stuff from the arc away from the story definitely affects it, but I think there's certain compromises we have to make to fit into the world of the movies. And I hate when people kind of dismiss the movie in a way purely because of changes like that, where it's like, well, what did you want them to do? Because there is a stretch. It's like when people are like, why did BioLizard not be as the antagonist at the end of the movie? Because do you understand, the rush, BioLizard wasn't even explained well in SA2. It was a bunch of flashes of newspapers thrown at the last second, and then bam, BioLizard. Do you know how insane of a moment that would have been in the movie? No.
BioLizard literally had no build up to it. It was a big surprise to all of us. The fuck is this thing? Now imagine kids going to see this movie and not knowing a single thing, and then all of a sudden BioLizard.
Yeah, exactly. So listen, there are changes that hurt it, but at the same time, I get it. Like,
I'm just saying with the moon scene, I'm just saying I feel like the movie could have benefited from Shadow doubting the plan more throughout the movie to kind of make it seem a little bit more believable.
Yeah, they put a lot of that doubt on Stone, and they didn't really let Shadow have.
And also, if I may just interject,
second.
it's kind of going off what I was saying before. It was just like even just a little more to the conversation between Sonic and Shadow. I think that's kind of what I was saying before too, where it was like a little more of the heart to heart rather than it's like an immediate acceptance of it. Like I still think it was fine overall, but just like a little more like that. It really does a lot, you know.
Maybe like a couple of more minutes.
Yeah,
I could agree.
Yeah.
Like just them, like, and even like Shadow talking to Sonic about Maria and what they did together would have been nice to like hear like what Shadow thinks, and then how Sonic thinks of Shadow. I do wonder
if the nitpick that Amp brought up before of like, you know, for a newcomer who isn't a Sonic fan, there's a lot of unexplained things that like we're hyped for, but someone may not understand. I wonder if that played into why the movie was cut shorter. You know what I mean? I wonder if there's test screenings that had more stuff, but it was cut shorter because it was more stuff that would have to be explained to non.
Yeah,
I feel
that's
like
probably what it was.
I feel like if that was the case, we would have heard stuff about it by now. To be honest.
I don't know. It's a 50-50 because again, they were working on the post-credit scene like through the end of production entirely. So it's like it's one of those things where like I don't really know what the workload of this movie. Now, of course, it's all speculation, but like a lot of people, I'm a big advocate when these conversations come up because a lot of people get so like ingrained in the wish fulfillment and what they think the movie should be or the game should be that they forget about like the actual business and corporate side of these things, where it's like there's a bunch of people, unfortunately, a bunch of suits and people that may not understand the emotional side of these stories to us that make these choices in the end. And I'm not saying it's good, but it's reality. And so there's compromises to be made. So a lot of people are like, I want an essay to the movie. It's like, well, you're not going to get that because that doesn't sell to a wider audience. It's like that sells to Sonic fans, but even if you go, but there's so many Sonic fans, that's great. They need to appeal to the general audience. That's how producers look at it.
Yes,
like,
you're absolutely
and
right.
I'm not trying to suck up to the corporation. I'm being real, like, because you can try to review a movie negatively, but if you try to review it negatively because it wasn't this, and this, and it's all unrealistic expectations.
If I may, real quick, I saw this movie multiple times, and one of my viewings was with our friend Jim, who is not a Sonic fan. He doesn't really know much about the games. He's seen the first two movies, and he saw this one. He had like minimal knowledge of the games. He still had a great time and said this was the best one. So, you know.
Yeah.
It again, like I said, they succeeded.
For itself,
they appeal, they appeal to the general audience. So I think it's just one of those things where, like, I just feel so annoyed because like I love this movie, but when I go online and I go, what did other people think? And then I see like mostly positive, of course, you know, the movie's been getting rave reviews, but then you see like the negative reviews and you go, okay, what did you think critically? And then it's not even like a good criticism. It's just, they should have put this in the movie. And it's like, but they really couldn't. You know what I mean? Like, it's
I really hate those reviews where it's like, oh, well, this movie's bad because fucking Silver should have been in the movie. And it's like, why are you basing
Rouge
your
wasn't
review
there.
off
0
of
out of
that
10. Go
didn't
fuck
happen?
yourself.
On top
That's
of that,
like,
also,
I hate those reviews.
Aside from that, it's also just like they should like. It's aside from like the characters that didn't appear or whatever. I think it also bothers me when they're just like this movie was fucking shit. Because like they. Because like I hate the people that have been like, because I saw people saying they apologized to Movie Sonic on Twitter because he locks the fuck in the entire third act of this movie.
The apology form.
He locks in the third act of this movie, and everyone who was like talking shit about him not maturing or not growing was like, I
I'm sorry, I didn't recognize your game. And I love that. But there are still some people that, like, after the movie ended, is like, oh, but then he went back to normal. And I'm like, yeah, in a scene with his family. That is not a fight. That is not, like, I'm sorry. Do you not want Sonic to, like, be happy? You know what I mean? Like, it was so weird to see people criticize, like, people hate movie Sonic for some weird reasons. And that, like, I totally get that you may not get with him being an annoying, like, energetic kid. But when you watch the interviews, I've been, where Ben, like, talks about Sonic, because he gets that Sonic is, like, all cool and stuff in the games. But then when he was brought in and read the script and approached the character, he approached him as this lonely, energetic kid, which for the movies makes sense. Because you see him as this kid that goes like, Mom, look what I got. And then his mom dies, basically.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then he
pretty
has
much.
to live in a world by himself for years. So it's like, Ben's take on the character makes total fucking sense with the background they gave him. Because remember, the background we have for Sonic in the games, he's just a cool guy that doesn't stay in one place. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all we have
Bro,
for the
we-
background of Sonic the Hedgehog.
It's crazy
We don't
how,
have...
I saw a post on Twitter earlier where someone's like, I find it crazy how, like, characters who are supposed to be shrouded in mystery like Shadow, we know the full story, but a character who isn't supposed to be shrouded in mystery like Sonic, we know fucking nothing about.
But that's the thing is that, like, there's not even things to know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's not even a matter of we don't know. It's like, we know. It's just not, like, a big backstory, which isn't a problem. Sonic being a paragon of optimism and like him being the guy that goes, when you have time to cry, run or smile, like whatever the fuck is, like him being that fucking paragon of optimism and just whatever, dude, cool, Hakuna Matata, like whatever, like he is.
I would pay so much money to hear Sonic say Hakuna Matata in a game.
He is fine that way because it works. It's like when people look at Link and want more from Link. It's like Link is supposed to be us.
Yeah.
Link is a silent protagonist.
Yeah.
Right. And it's the same thing with, like, Sonic talks, but he's still, like, he's basic enough that we can play him and feel good about playing as him. Right? Like, and that's all we need. So I don't mind that he has more story in the movies because they needed to do that for a movie because we're not playing as him.
Yep.
We are viewing him. You need to give more. So it's different. Everyone wants movie Sonic to just be Game Sonic, but it's too late for that because he has a backstory. Yeah. He has an origin that you have to tie his reactions and emotions to. Like, he's gonna lock in when Tom gets hurt because that's his dad.
Yep.
And he has a dad.
Legitimately.
Like, and he has a home. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much different about Movie Sonic because he's a different character. And it pisses me off that that's a lot of people's main gripe. So, like, when I see reviews about this movie that rely heavily on their despising of Movie Sonic, it pisses me off because I'm like, that is not... You are never going to get your character. I'm sorry. Your wish is never going to be fulfilled. You're going to get snippets. You're going to get moments where he locks in and suddenly he's exactly like Game Sonic because the moment calls for it. But in the deeper emotional scenes and the more relaxed scenes, it's Movie Sonic. It's a completely different character. And you have to, and I'm not even saying like, get with it. Like, it's literally just fact. Like, you're just not going to get that Sonic. And that's good. I don't want Game Sonic in the movies, like 100%, because that would imply that he goes, fuck you, Tom, I'm leaving forever. You might see me sometime, but on a beach somewhere, maybe. See you later. Like, it's like, I don't want him to just fucking leave Tom emotionlessly. Like, because he's got to just keep running. Because, no, he has a home. He has brothers. You know, he has a reason to stick around somewhere. And that's cool.
To quote the iconic Sammy Classic Sonic fan, "You fans will never be quenched." whatever the fuck he said.
Freaking freaks!
Yeah. He was a real one. He really was a Nostradamus.
He really is a real one.
Yeah.
I saw a
Like,
tweet that
unironically,
said,
yeah.
I saw a tweet that said that it's insane to me that there are kids growing up that do not know who Sammy is.
That's wild.
Yeah, I saw
Like, there are
that
kids
too.
that are
That is
Sonic
wild.
fans.
Yeah.
There are kids that are Sonic
Anyway,
fans that don't know
Yeah.
Sammy.
Getting back on track. Bottles, do you have anything?
Sorry.
to say,
Anyway,
or-
since Peter talked through my entire turn,
I'm sorry. We didn't time it.
Pussy.
No, I was pretty much done talking anyway. That's why I let you rant.
Right,
I think it's who's left?
It's Brandon, then Steve.
Brandon. Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
Steve. Oh no.
Guys, we've been recording for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Honestly, what do I have to say? There's really nothing much to say at this point. You've all said everything. And
goddamn.
probably Steve has other things to say, but I enjoyed the movie. Are there some things that I think needed to be changed a little bit? Yes, but overall, I did enjoy it, and that's about it. People who complain about Sonic is childish need to get the fuck over themselves. He's a kid in this one. He is legitimate. He went from baby to like young teenager, and he barely knows anything. But yeah, good movie. Go ahead, Steve.
May I speak now?
No.
I literally just said go ahead. But
No,
quick,
shut
'cause
up.
We've
Look,
been
it-
going on for way too long.
Like Bottle stole my bit. I had to come up with a new one. So, does Sonic the Hedgehog 3 have problems? Yes. I think that it is paced a little too quickly. I think that certain editing choices between scenes could have been handled a little differently. I think that the tone shifts a little too quickly at certain points. And I'm just going to come out and say it. None of that fucking matters to me. I have seen this movie 4 times, and I have liked it more with every single viewing. I keep finding new things I like about it that significantly outweigh any of the minuscule negatives I have about this film. This is one of my favorite fucking movies ever. Like, I can say that full stop. I absolutely love this fucking film. Where I felt the first Sonic movie was a buddy cop film featuring Sonic. The second Sonic movie was a Sonic the Hedgehog film. This is a Sonic the Hedgehog movie adaptation. It is everything I could have wanted. And I say that because I didn't want this movie to just be Sonic Adventure 2 the film. Because I wanted things to be different. Because if I was just going to go and see Sonic Adventure 2 the movie, I could just sit at home and play Sonic Adventure 2. I'm glad things were different. I'm glad that Maria had a life on Earth and was just buddies with Shadow. I think that made things so much cuter. I like that she, wasn't sick and that Gerald just loved her so much that he had her around, which is why her death hit so hard to him and why he went insane. I like the differences because I wanted it to be different. Because I have accepted since movie 1 that the game universe and the movie universe are two completely different things and they're never going to be the same. I want to go in expecting things to be different, which is why I am so fucking happy to say, despite me knowing literally everything there is to know about Metal Sonic, I have no fucking idea what they're going to do with him. And I'm so excited for that. And for context, Metal Sonic is my favorite character in this franchise and my number 2 favorite fictional character, period. When I got to see, and 1 being 0, when I got to see Metal Sonic on the big screen, and then I got to see 10 Metal Sonics on the big screen, Peter can attest because he was sitting right next to me. I jumped out of my fucking seat. I was screaming.
I did the Diary of a Wimpy Kid gif where I looked at Steve and I went, oh, and then I looked down because he had a raging erection.
Dude, I missed the hammer. When Amy threw the hammer, I didn't even pick up on that it was Amy's hammer because I couldn't see through my fucking tears because I was so happy. Obviously I fucking love the post-credits scene. Metal Sonic's my boy. I can't wait to see what they're gonna do with him. But I love everything that was done with Shadow in this film. I think that they handled his origin in a different way that was unique, but still made sense for the context of this film. And I loved that he was just this alien that they found in a meteor that looked very suspicious, like the Black Comet, by the way. There's so many little Easter eggs like that in this film where, if you're a diehard Sonic fan, this movie is for you. This movie is for the diehard fans, but that's not to say that the casual viewers can't still enjoy it. Like I said, I saw it with our friend Jim, who knows fuck all about Sonic, and he still loved this film and thought it was the best one. I think this movie, more than the other two, perfectly captures the balance of being for the fans and being for general audiences. And yes, there are a couple things that maybe the audience won't get, like the inhibitor rings and whatnot, or the BioLizard cameo. But the BioLizard cameo, it's a small thing that like doesn't really matter in this grand scheme of things. But even like the inhibitor rings, yeah, we know that it means Shadow's powering up. But like, even for people who don't know that, people can like kind of put two and two together, and like because he does start glowing when he takes them off. So there's context clues there, and some people have picked up on that, and so it's little things like that where it's like, yeah, okay, maybe things could have been explained a little more, but like, I don't fucking care because there's so much good shit in this film. And yes, like Peter was saying before, a lot of people think there is a lot of Jim Carrey. I didn't see it as, oh, this movie has a lot of Jim Carrey. I saw it as, this movie has a lot of Dr. Eggman. And I'm totally fucking okay with that. And I love the fact that Gerald was alive because it was a different take. It was a different twist. It was Eggman now, being reunited with his family, only to have his heart shattered when he realizes they're just gonna fucking die together. It's this different stakes that I love. And yes, I do think that like Gerald was a little too goofy after the Eclipse stuff. Like I think once he said that line of my family died with Maria. The only way to give her peace is to take up everything away from them, so I'm burning it all down. After that line, he should have locked the fuck in and been super serious the rest of the film. But I still, even though I wish that happened, I still don't mind what we got, because I still get to see Jim Carrey just be Jim Carrey, which I'm not going to be opposed to at all. And there's so much in this film, having seen it 4 fucking times, there is so many little things that I pick up on reviewings. Like, there's a lot of game music in this. Live and Learn is a recurring motif. During the scene where Sonic's running around London, you can hear a little bit of City Escape. Eggman's fucking ringtone when Stone calls is his theme from Sonic Adventure 2. When the arc is lifting, or the Eclipse cannon rather, is lifting, it plays Fanfare for Dr. Eggman, which is not on the soundtrack, by the way, and it pisses me off. Because it's a great arrangement. And there's so much Easter eggs. Like, there's the fucking Chow Garden. Having the Chow Garden just be a fucking restaurant in Japan is hilarious. I love that. I think it's so cute and so fun. And it doesn't... And I'm just like, man, what are they going to do if fucking Cream shows up? Like, oh my god, Chows are real? Like, there's so much fun shit in this film. And, like, again, watching through it multiple times, I keep picking up on little things. Like, holy shit, the real surprise cameo of this fucking movie, mystery pink hair girl is in this fucking film. The one that was teased on Tails Tube forever ago. Yeah. She's on a billboard with a date, which, by the way, the date is tomorrow as of recording.
So fucking look out.
Yeah, so we might know who this fucking person is. But, like, there's so much in this movie that made me a Sonic fan since I was fucking like 6 years old just feel euphoric. Like, I've never sat in a movie theater and just felt at peace watching a film, because this movie did what I wanted from a Sonic the Hedgehog film. It gave me the highs. It gave me the emotional moments. It gave me great comedy. It gave me incredible action. It gave me a fight between Super Sonic and Super Shadow. That's never fucking happened.
I forgot to mention that too. I'm glad you brought
it up. And that, a super for super fight is fucking wild. It gave me Live and Learn in a theatrical fucking speaker surround sound setting. It gave me 10 fucking Metal Sonics. Like, there is nothing about this movie, even like the small nitpicks I have, nothing about it weighs it down, because the experience I had watching this movie again and again and again, as it just keeps getting better and better and better with each viewing, I have no fucking notes, because I'm just like, this is my dream Sonic the Hedgehog film. It really is. And I'm like, I don't know how they'll top this. I mean, 4 is going to have Metal Sonic and Amy, so chances are it might top it for me personally because I love Metal Sonic. But still, it's just baffling that I live in a time where I can sit in a theater, watch a film about Sonic the Hedgehog, and feel the same joy that I felt when I first played Sonic Adventure 2 all those years ago. But it's a different feeling. Like, it's because it's not the exact same, and I'm glad it wasn't the exact same because I already fucking know what happens in Adventure 2. But I didn't know what happened in Sonic the Hedgehog 3, the movie. I know what happens in Sonic 3 the game, obviously, but you know what I mean. My point is, this is just the type of Sonic movie that is for people like me who love the franchise, even at its lowest points, and just want to see something really spectacular, new, remarkable, and just pure fun with passion and love for what this franchise can really do at its best moments. Also, Wade's cameo was pretty great.
Said, Steve. Wade's cameo was the best part.
It was pretty good.
And I won't hear anything from it. I expect Adam Pally to get an Oscar for it.
Honest to God, I was worried that I was going to be sitting there going, "Oh man, like that's it for Wade." But honestly,
no, it was great.
He nailed that line.
I tried.
One line. The fact that Wade Whipple, in serious tone, went, "Sorry, Sonic. Knuckles told me to protect this with my life." You know what I mean? And he didn't, like, there was no irony in that line, Reed. I love that.
What's also really funny is, like, when Sonic transforms into Super Sonic, you can hear Wade go like, "Sonic! Sonic!"
Wait, what'd he say?
Well, you can hear Wade just go like, "Sonic! Ah, it's too bright!" when Sonic transforms. And I'm like, that's hilarious. Because, like, think of, like, when you really think about it, like, yeah, he's just a normal guy, and he's watching a hedgehog become a fucking god before his eyes. That's the perfect reaction.
I also just like the continuing of the continuity from the Knuckles series that, like, Knuckles sees Wade as, like, a worthy guardian warrior.
I was fucking waiting for it the whole movie. Like, I know that, like, it's a meme that we want to see Wade Whipple. Dude, I was waiting so long, and I knew it was coming. And of course, of all times, I'm like, I gave up, right? I was just like, I completely forgot about Wade. Because at that point in the movie gets so dramatic, and Sonic goes, I'm done, Knuckles.
Yeah, because Tom
I'm going to get that whether I
man.
need it or not. And Knuckles goes, "You're going to have to go through the most dangerous warrior I know." And I went,
like, oh my god, it's Wade.
Oh my god. And then it cuts to Wade. I was like, there he is. My man.
dude. My boy.
Playing hockey.
Also,
My boy.
Shout out to Gerald for having the coldest line in the fucking film. When he hit that,
Oh, dude, yeah.
"Oh, Ivo, you're no Maria." The whole fucking
that line
theater
was
when we
fucking
saw
wild.
that movie was just went, ooh.
Yeah, that stung.
Yeah.
That fucking stung.
That was a cold
That was
line.
also the most... Because, again, we never experienced Ivo and Gerald having a relationship in the games, of course, because he's dead.
Yeah.
So, like, that was the first time I'd even thought about that being an arc.
Yeah.
That he just would care more about Maria
Yeah,
as an
it's
ancestor than
wild.
Ivo. I never thought about that. I was like, that's insane.
Also, I can't believe they took Eggman's announcement, one of the most, like, high-tension, dramatic scenes in the original Sonic Adventure 2 game, and made me fucking cry with it.
It made
My
a hero
God.
moment out of it.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I cannot believe, I literally said in the theater, I said out loud, like, "Fuck you." Because they literally took the steamed Austrian goat milk line and made me fucking upset.
I love the way you make them. I'm like, oh my god.
Oh my god. I was
That's
like,
why- that's
no,
why-
you can't do that to me.
That's why I don't mind the amount of Jim Carrey that was in this movie, because that a
It was a
speech
swan
like
song.
that, we are
Yeah.
not guaranteed a return.
Yeah. And, like,
Yeah.
honestly, like, would I be happy if he came back for Sonic 4? Yes. Would I be okay with him not coming back for Sonic 4? Also, yes. Because
I
like,
also think it's funny.
I want Stone to take up the mantle, honestly.
Listen, yeah, but like I said, I don't
Yeah,
know how
yeah,
that would work.
I know.
Again, he's
But-
in a very conclusive place.
Yeah.
But again,
But still.
I do think it's funny. I was gonna say, I do think it's funny that it really could go either way, because if Shadow lived, and he doesn't use chaos control this movie, he just teleports.
Yeah.
He could have gotten Eggman out of there.
Yeah.
Like,
I also think that, like, yes, the thing fucking blew up, but Shadow was still super when it blew up, so he was completely invulnerable. So the shockwave from the explosion probably just sent him cratering down to Earth, because there was a crater. He couldn't have just
Yeah.
teleported away. There was a
Yeah.
fucking crater. He fell.
I'm
You
saying
know?
I'm saying it's not a stretch. They could
No, it's not a stretch, but, like,
literally
You
could go anyway. is
Jim
my
Carrey
point.
Jim Carrey has an out if he wants to return or doesn't want to return.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And
the
I
one
think
thing that
that's
just
fine.
remind me that my brother did point out when we watched, and I thought that was kind of an interesting when the Eclipse cannon blows up, the explosion in the aftermath like almost looks like a fucking galaxy rather than like
Yeah.
an explosion. And I wonder if that will play into anything in the future. I don't know what, but
don't know.
like that's a very specific detail they did with that, and I'm kind of curious why. But
It's possible.
That's what creates Solaris.
yeah,
Oh my god.
Guys, I have an announcement.
uh,
It's 9:30.
Sonic's the bitch ass, the Sonic's the bitch ass motherfucker, and he fucking
No, it's 9:30.
heyo.
That is true. It is kind of late.
Phil doesn't get it. All right.
I don't get it. I was gonna say in terms
9:30.
of just like liking everything. I was gonna say in terms of liking a franchise and liking something that you like and judging it how it is. Just remember, liking something isn't unconditionally loving it. If there are problems, there are problems.
Yeah.
And it's better to acknowledge them than to ignore
Yeah.
it. That's it. And with that, folks, we're done. This podcast is
It's
over.
been 3 hours.
I'm making a card game channel next year. Crit Club Locker Room. We'll be posting about just card games, talking about them and playing them. And I'll try to get some recorded matches for the next year. And have a happy New Year.
Oh yeah, Happy
to
New Year.
all.
Fuck. This is the last one of the year,
Happy
isn't
New Year,
it?
because by the time this comes out, it may be New Year's. It may not be.
It
I
will
don't
be.
know.
It will be the new year.
Okay, super cool. That's my outro. Take it away, Penny.
Penny's
got it.
always got such a beautiful voice. Anyway, who's gonna shill their stuff next?
yeah, I'll go. Hi everyone. My name's Lucas from Pal Pop. I do streams on the YouTube channel. I post art on my Twitters and avenues. It's probably gonna be the same shit I've been doing. So if you like that, tune in. If not, whatever. I get it. I don't got much else to say. I'm sorry. I'm crashing a bit.
Hey, this is Brandon. You can just find me on Twitter at Silkrow1, and you'll see me on the channel from here more often lately. That's it.
Hi, I'm Steve, aka Shays64. I have stuff. I have a YouTube channel that you can subscribe to where I post very infrequently. But hey, I have a lot of stuff coming up very soon that I actually scheduled earlier today. So look forward to that. It's going to be a lot of new music for me. So, well, not new music, but like new covers. But you get the idea. Also, you can follow me on Twitter and Blue Sky and whatever.
I'm Days for Days. I don't know why I went your mode. Hey guys, I'm Days for Days. Listen, you can find me on YouTube, on Twitter, on Instagram, on Dasher, listen, you can find me on Twitch, you can find me on all the fucking socials. It's all the same name, Days for Days. I do art. Right now, I'm unfortunately locked into the GCN art mines, cooking up some fun stuff. So look out for some cool art coming to the channel soon. That's kind of my biggest plug is GCN still. I'm locked into everything I do right now is focused on GCN. But yeah, go follow me on my socials as I draw stuff. That's kind of my MO right now.
All right, hi, I'm Bottles. You're on the channel that I am mainly appear on, Game Controller Network. Hey, I do game reviews. We do gaming videos. We're gonna be doing a lot more content, a lot more different types of content soon enough. So look forward to that. We have a lot of cool stuff planned and a lot of stuff in the works. So make sure you look forward to that. Also, I want to have it known that when I started this podcast, I started a new game of Yu-Gi-Oh! The Sacred Cards, and about an hour ago, I finished the game. That has nothing to do with anything. I just wanted to brag. But yeah, I have the rest of the Crash retrospective should be coming out very, very soon. Literally, it's all written. I just have to make the videos now. And also, I've started work on the Mario retrospective, which should be coming out very soon.
Oh shit.
We also have merch in the description below. Buy our merch. I'm going to enlist Peter to give us some words of wisdom to take us home.
Make sure that
Goodbye.
when,